Hello, everybody. I haven't been live in a while, and we got a lot to talk about, so I got to get right into this. Now, I have to warn you, I do have a brand new video that I just uploaded and set to unlisted. So I've been working on it all day. It, along with another video that you'll see that will be released tomorrow. So you're getting, like, massive content, so don't be mad at me. Because tonight's show is unlike my normal live shows. Normally, I come in here, I got the show laid out, I got it outlined, I got a script for parts of it, I've got it storyboarded, and I don't have nothing but a bunch of topics to talk about tonight. Don't worry, though. I got a bunch of links in my live stream room. I'm going to cross my fingers that YouTube is going to give me an actual signal. We should be talking to Steve McCray. We should be talking to other YouTubers. Maybe Team Skeptic said that he might be able to jump in. I might be wrong there, but I think he will. Anyway, we got a lot to do. Thanks for being here. This is my nightly live show, but ever since I started doing YouTube commentary and edited videos again, it's turned into almost like an every other night type thing. Anyway, though, we'll be still pumping the live show out, even if I just sit here and talk to you. Let's get right into it. Do you mind, good sir? Can you give me something to talk on here? Some music? Thank you, Busy. You didn't have to make it so loud for the people watching at home, but I'm sure they don't mind. Okay, leave me alone. That's my assistant, Busy, if you're new here. He runs the soundboard. It's the 1st of December. Can you believe it's the 1st of December, 2019? Oh, my Jeezy. I can't believe it. We're broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America, and as always, wherever you're from is wonderful. Also, I love the people in every country I've been to, and I've been to many of them. I'm going to go ahead and roll into this. Cross your fingers and hope it turns into be a good live show because I'm winging it tonight. It's No Rules Sunday here at UNIRock. I can stream however I want. Let's go. Let's do it. Tonight, UNIRock Live. Hit it. All right. Now, so since I saw you last time, a bunch of stuff's been happening across YouTube. Let's go ahead and hit the topics really quick. I need to make my Streamlabs bigger. Thank you. First off, let's thank our sponsors for our stream. Our sponsors are YouTube partnerships. It's how we pay for the stream with the join button next to the subscribe button. So if you like our work and you want to help us out, you can join the channel. Of course, all of you know who have joined, you can pick your level of support. So you can join for as little as just a couple dollars, or you can join for as much as like 20 or something. I don't know. It's all right here. And if you do join, you get access to emojis, and you get a badge that gets more awesome as you're joined. Also, Periscope Super Broadcaster VIP program. Thank you so much, Periscope. We love you. If you aren't using Periscope, download Periscope. You can watch some of your favorite web show / podcast broadcasts on Periscope for free. And you could even go to like the world view and pick like a spot on the world and see people live streaming all over the world and interact with them. Periscope, you can download it in the App Store and Google Play. And also DLive partnerships. Thank you, Streamlabs. And if you want to download Streamlabs, do you want to record something? I know, right? It's taking so long. I'm sorry. I have to do this if I want to keep streaming. If you want to download or record anything on your PC, do you want to do a show yourself? Would you like to stream sometimes? Or maybe you just want to record a kitty cat video or something for later when no one's looking? Download Streamlabs with the link in the About section, and you'll support our show with money for downloading a free program. It's that easy. Link in the About section. All right, now, we've talked about a lot this week. Why did I just close my channel? I need to keep it up for a minute. I got to tell you what's going on. What am I thinking here? So YouTube is actually really busy right now, which is pretty awesome because normally there's nothing going on. Normally we've got a bunch of like insane people doing their shows every night, like, you know, the Flatties or, you know, what are those guys called, Busy? The ones that think they can get out of jail free with a weird, like, I don't have to listen to your law. Sovereign citizens. Yes, thank you. I thought of that, not you. I thought that before you told me. That was me. Sovereign citizens, Flatties, all the crazy people out there. Well, there are actually big YouTubers breaking down, like Onision. I showed you some of his video. There's a lot of developments in the story, so if you give me a moment, I will go into it. I'm not going to get deep into Onision during the live show because I know how addictive it is to make fun of this guy, laugh at this guy, and expose this guy. And I can't get addicted to another topic. I already got like 20 topics that I make videos on. I don't have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So anyway, though, I am going to tell you what Onision's doing. But if you really want the juicy, dirty secrets behind the scenes in the analytics and on Twitter, you're going to have to watch the video that is uploaded to my channel. But it's not public yet. I will release that video right after this live stream. So, you know, you guys might get to watch it first or something. It's good. I found some stuff. I found some stuff on Big Guy Onision I'll show you about. But before we get over to that subject and go deep into it, we've also this week talked about behind a crystal ball. Does that make sense? Yeah, if you're a fortune teller or something, right? Without a crystal ball has targeted or no, I got to be fair here. I have to be unbiased. I do give you my opinion in my videos, as you probably noticed when you watched my edited video for Without a Crystal Ball versus Steve McCray versus mode. Oh, by the way, tomorrow you'll get another versus mode. I've been working on it for weeks, so keep an eye out for that. That's the video tomorrow. I wasn't going to tell you, but you know, so I'm going to spill the beans. Anyway, so you probably watched the video because it's got 3,000 views, and I just uploaded it yesterday, which is really good. So thank you guys for watching that video. And I got a lot of positive feedback on it. So everybody wants me to do a part 2. I will, but I can't promise you when I will, because already I'm pushing back like a bunch of different topics I'm uploading. So if something pops off, I will make another video. But I'm going to tell you right now, that video made me want to run headfirst into the wall over and over all day. It was not easy tracking this subject. So we're going to talk about tonight why it was hard for me to make versus mode non-sec versus without a crystal ball, because it adds to the whole story. And it kind of reveals a giant part of there's this thing that's been happening in the background, and it might give us a little bit of a, not an excuse for why it's happening, but it'll give us a little bit of an answer to maybe why there's so much disinformation and so many accusations and so much craziness that's surrounding the topic of, you know, without a crystal ball and Katie and her issues with YouTube lately. And, you know, it's kind of a sad story. It really is. But anyway, we're going to get Steve McCray in here when we do that section of the stream, and he's going to kind of fill us in on some things. Steve is, whoopsie, failed at engineering, donated New Zealand 2. And let me read it for you. Actually, I got another super chat that I got to read that I got before the show. Onion's milking it because his first meltdown got the views. Dude, wait till you see the video I'm going to upload. I've went through all the analytics and I've ordered it out. That's what's the beginning part of that. The first part of my upload tonight after the live stream is exactly what you just donated, him milking this out for views, right? But even more, it goes into his Discord server. That's right. Maybe I've been poking around in Onion Boy's Discord server. Maybe I haven't. Either way, you'll find out in the upload after the live stream. No secrets. No secrets tonight for you. Well, with Onision. That's for the after the show. Anyway, I think Banjojo downloaded. Super chatted. Hope all is well. Uni, still fondly recall the solar system around your head from the early days. Oh my goodness, Banjojo. I missed that too. I'm going to have to put it back in. For those of you that don't know, when I used to do my videos for the first year of my live stream, I had a solar system, a digital solar system that would float around my head. And it would piss off some of the people that didn't believe in the solar system. You know, maybe it was me trolling. Maybe it was me just being me. I don't know. But yeah, me too. And I miss you, Banjojo. I hope everything's going good with you too. And thanks for the donation. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so where are we at here? Anyway, we've got more topics than just this. In fact, there's so many that I won't even be able to name them. But let's go ahead and get into the beginning of this. If you are a creator, be very careful before you upload a video about Onision, because if you play any of his footage, he gonna come get you. He gonna come get you. Let me pull up a folder. I've got all of this ready here. You know me. Even when I'm not prepped for the show, I'm already prepped for the show. I'm crazy like that, right? All right. Okay, here we go. Got it. So, you know, there is so much good criticism of Onision out there. I would be doing a disservice to the community sticking my nose in it, you know? There's a lot of views to be had talking smack on the Onion Boy, but, you know, I'll save those for other people. I'm only going to make videos that have to do with this guy if it's completely relevant, like if it's just really... if it intersects with parts of the YouTube community that we normally look at. And one part of the YouTube community that I always report on, regardless if I'm going to get views or not for doing it, is the copyright system. I've tried to help as much as I can. I've tried to communicate with YouTube and help creators that have lost their monetization to get it back. We did this whole program where when Kev Baker and other people lost, they got the reuse or whatever that glitch was called where you lost your monetization. We tried to work with YouTube to get people's shit back. And the way we did it was easy. When you're partnered with YouTube, you can email YouTube, and they get that email quicker than if you just tried to file some kind of help request or something, you know? And long story short, we've had success in the past. Unfortunately, right now, literally this guy is going on a let's call it a copyright strike tirade. Now, of course, he's leaving the videos up, and I'm going to have a list of every YouTuber that I can find who had Onision steal his ad revenue, because it would help if people out there maybe let bigger YouTubers know about this, because we need some big YouTubers that have a way bigger reach than I do to actually at Team YouTube and tell their audience to at Team YouTube and let them know about this. There are people out there who finally, after doing videos for a while, have got, made a video on Onision and got a whole bunch of views, and then they've lost their money for their video because they played like a little bit of one of his videos that had music in it or whatever. So anyway, let's go ahead and hook you up with what's going on, and let's just go through these before we move on. So this is him, and ironically, he's verified because he's got millions and millions of followers, but his name on Twitter, The Legend. The Legend. That alone should make you want to at Team YouTube and let them know what he's doing. The fact that he named himself The Legend, that just tells me that he deserves it. He just deserves it, bro. I know, Busy. It's infuriating. Now shut up. It's my show. If you're having problems with the Patreon replacement website, which he gives a link or something, in signing up, please use card, not PayPal. Apparently, PayPal is rejecting people, specifically those from the UK. So, for those of you that don't know, I don't know if I included this in. I think my video is just talking about his Patreon going down. And I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, that he actually had come up with the alternative so quickly. I mean, he is quick, y'all. He is fast on it. The minute his Patreon went down, after making a video where he pours kombucha all over himself and screams and yells and stomps around, then he, so I could just, when I talk about it, I see it in my head. It's like a nightmare. It just comes back. I know, right? It's terrifying. He's naked. Kombucha. Anyway, but after he doused himself in kombucha, he sat down in front of his computer before even wiping the kombucha off of his pale, naked body. And he created a website that allowed his followers to give him money, a replacement for Patreon. Now, there's been some issues. It's gone down a couple times, and basically, if you're in the UK, you can't donate with PayPal. But think about it. This guy, most creators, like The Dick Show, he was making like 28. When I reported on The Dick Show losing his Patreon, he was making like $28,000 or $25,000 per month. Dick was one of the biggest creators over there, and he lost his Patreon. Now, it took him some time to set up a payment website. These things aren't easy. I don't even know how to do it, and I used to make websites in the early days of the internet. This dude had a website taking your money in like 3 minutes after that shit went down. I mean, damn, Onision, that's some record-setting shit right there. But that's not all he did to try to recoup the loss of his Patreon. What he did is he baited us. He baited me. He baited you, Biz. You know, you should be angry. Oh, stop. Busy loves watching Onision videos. He's like stomps around. I'm a banana. Busy, you just make me sick. Whatever. Anyway, though, one other thing that Onision did to recoup the loss of his money from Patreon was bait us YouTubers, us commentary YouTubers, and the just drama YouTubers and the tea spilling YouTubers. He baited us. When he acted crazy, he was duping us into covering his work so that we would get ad revenue and a bunch of views, and he would swipe in and demonetize us and suck the ads over to himself. See, he's a big creator, and he has a music channel, and it just so happens he can file copyright strikes without your channel or your video going down that will put the ads that are on the video on his account. So essentially, you're hosting a video. If he's done this, if he has struck your video's still there, but he's making all the money. You just did all that work. You did your creative thing. You have the audience there that's watching the video. And instead of you making that cash, it's going straight into Onision's pocket. Look at this. This is Onision Unprivated. It's a Twitter account. Team YouTube, at this point, I know I'm not even going to get a bot response. I'm just posting for everyone else to see this. 10 creators in 1 week have had Onision falsely claim or strike their video, either to censor their video or steal the revenue. And he links to the official GATG. And I looked into the official GATG, and he actually is a YouTuber that's been creating on the platform for a really long time. And he took like a 2-year hiatus. And imagine you go off of YouTube for a couple years to do, I don't know, work a job or whatever he did. And when he gets back, the first thing that happens is he's working for Onision, right? So the official GATG says, same shit happened with me earlier, and I just got one of those filing my appeal. I had to make 3 different edits because of the manual review, which means Onision himself sitting down and going through the video to claim it. And I still got the greasy copyright hammer. This is the most desperate that I've seen him. He is searching for scraps to pay his future bail fund. That's from the official GATG. He does have a YouTube channel. And honestly, guys, I encourage you to go to the YouTubers that have been struck by Onision and had their money taken and watch their videos. Give them a thumbs up or 2. Help them out, because that sucks. Anyway, though, we've got more. This is the evidence behind, he didn't just do it. He actually left us some evidence, which is always good. Rep Xeon says, hey, Team YouTube, another creator being this is today, wrongfully struck while you remain silent, never address the issue, and allow our content to be removed for nearly 10 days before getting restored. Why do you allow him, Onision, to false DMCA everyone on YouTube? And this is Fuzz How, and I clicked his link. He is a live streamer like me, kinda, I guess so. But anyway, ha 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 ha. Looks like it's time for an effing appeal. Copyright claim, your dispute has been reviewed. Why does nobody bring up Onision and Shiloh? Now, the thing that's interesting about this, if he has to file an appeal here, it probably means that his initial grievance with YouTube didn't go through, right? And more evidence that this happened so that you can actually, have the screenshot. You don't have to wonder if it's a troll move or anything. No, these are real, folks. Now, this is Onision Unprivated. Earlier, 8 hours ago, 9 creators this week had their channel unjustly struck or claimed, and they show that not only are some of the creators out there, this is the evidence, some of the creators aren't just having the money taken. When Onision gets really mad at a creator, he actually goes through the trouble of trying to take down their channel and their videos and stop them from live streaming and uploading. You got to get 2 strikes, but once you get 2... you can't upload or go live for, I think, either a week or 14 days. Somebody type in the chat whether it's a week or 14 days for me. But anyway, and is Streamlabs working? Is our bot working? Because I want you guys to be able to gamble tonight if you want to gamble. Yeah, Streamlabs. Thank you, Busy, for getting Streamlabs working. No, you're not getting a raise. You're not. I don't care how much crack costs now. I don't care, Busy. You need to stay off the streets anyway. You're not sexy. Take off the outfit. Okay, then this is Greg is Gross. That's the name of his Twitter. At CoralXBlue. All of these stories about Onision and him being investigated have actually revived his channel. And I'm not going to go into that because all of that is detailed in my video that releases right after this live stream. So if you are interested in, exactly how much money Onision's making, how much he was compared to now, and if his Patreon being affected even matters, you can watch my video after this. So, yup, F it, I'm taking down my video and re-uploading it after making drastic edits to it. Try to claim it's a valid copyright claim now, Onision. That was Blue Magus at Alta Magus, Ultimagus. And honestly, I really hope you will attempt to maybe find some of these creators. Stop crying, Busy. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Don't cry, Biz. I'm sorry. I'll hug you later, big guy. You can run the streets all you want, you whore. Okay, sorry. I will shit talk my assistant later. Okay, so what else we got here? Oh, here we go. Now, I like this creator, so I'm going to shout this guy out. It's LT Cobra. LT Cobra. Now, I found his channel back when he had like 1,000 views or 1,000 subscribers, and I shouted him out because he was like a new creator. He was this young kid trying to make content on YouTube and, you know, get his foot in the door. He did a great video. I can't remember what it was, man. When we first saw this guy, I can't remember, but anyway, we'll think of it. It will come to me later. He says, Onision has gone and copyright claimed this video, and now he's ranking in my big $2 made. More information in my tweet below. And he links to it on his channel, LT Cobra. Honestly, you guys, if you're not subscribed to him, he makes some pretty funny content. He's got some pretty spicy memes over there, so check him out. Hook the dude up. He doesn't deserve to have this happen to him. Nobody deserves it unless they, you know, did what they're being accused of. And Mr. Pescator, which is Josh Pescator, or Pescatore, I don't know. He's actually, oh, okay, so this had something to do with Tipster. Onision is running his same OP where he attempts to suppress info on himself. Greg has filed a copyright claim against the guy who tips on a completely fair use video. Remember the advances YouTube has made to combat these false claims? So appeal any claim, hashtag deplatform predators. And the infamous hat account. Is this dude for real? Release the claim, Onision. This is fair use. And we got Degeneration Nation. I think I know this creator, so I want to pull him up because he makes some damn good videos. Degeneration Nation. I swear to goodness, bro, this is him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does a lot of sovereign citizen type videos, I believe. Yeah, a schizophrenic citizen, Australian sovereign citizen. Yeah, these videos are funny, dude. I knew I'd seen Degeneration Nation before. What a piece of crap this guy is. Let him strike my channel. I'll appeal it. Do you think he will actually go to court to get an order to keep it down? And he tags Mike and Actor and Dee Salzbach. And we've got Repzilla, November 28th, just a few days ago. Onision claimed my video again. Lame. Claims from Patreon, even though Patreon deleted him. At this point, it's just annoying and disturbing. And insert any other words. A copyright owner claimed material in your video. This claim does not affect your account status. So basically, this means that all those views... Now, this video got 700,000 damn views, which is hundreds of dollars of revenue. Hundreds of dollars of revenue. And Onision put those views right in his pocket. So basically, doing a little tiny bit of math and thinking about it and maybe like doing some averaging out, is he really losing anything this month with his Patreon being down? Because all the ad revenue that he's raking in from this happening just might equal to his Patreon going down. Anyway, if you want to get more details on this entire crappy subject, I will release the video the minute I end the stream. So, like I said, please try to support some of those creators. Charlotte, thank you. Appreciate it. Now, so what I'm going to do, I didn't end the video I'm releasing in a little while. I have a tip for all so that you can react to any of Onision's videos without him being able to claim them, which you got to keep it paused, you got to turn on closed captions, and you got to click through it. But I want to show you some of the stuff he said here, because yes, he's finally spilled all of his cards out on the table, and he's now making fun of the fact that he's being accused of grooming people. Let me show you what I mean. Now, unfortunately, but Busy, pause it. I gotta have a heart-to-heart with my subscribers. Pause it, please. Okay, so normally, you guys know I would play Onision's video and react to it in real time, but I can't. He will either strike the video or copy claim the video, but if I don't play the video and I just pause it, and I look at the subtitles and read them to you, I can essentially do the same reaction, and he won't be able to take my revenue. So let's do it. Hopefully you understand. I would love to react to this guy, but unfortunately he doesn't believe in free speech, or he doesn't think we should be able to make money off of our talented video productions. You get what I'm saying? I am talented, Busy. Stop it. I'm not arguing with you tonight. Okay, Busy, though, play some creepy music or something. I need something creepy for this. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, so Onision starts off this new video. Okay. 6K. Wait, let me refresh it, because if we refresh it, maybe there's more thumbs downs. He got 6K so far. What? Hold the front door. How's that possible? You guys just saw it. It was at 6,000. Pause the music, Busy. What did he do? It literally just said 6,000. I refreshed the video, and now it's at 5,743. Are you telling me that 257 people decided to go back to this video and unclick the thumbs down? I don't believe that. No. Hell no. Hell no, Onision. What is this? Let me refresh it one more time. No, straight up. That's 5,707. It just lost another 2 thumbs downs. What are you doing, Onision? What are you doing, Onion Boy? This is weird, bro. You don't normally see that happen in real time during a live stream. Okay, let's see what he claims in this video. Let's do this. All right. To all the people who are saying that I'm like crazy and you know that I need a mental health check. Kabocha. I'm fine. I've been very good lately. And let me move this up so we can see it. And these videos that I'm making, they're all fake. So I'm not actually mentally unsound. As you say, I am perfectly fine, obviously. And for the acting in these other videos, well, I can't help you. I can't make you smart. You can't fix stupid. It's obvious anyway. So some people on Insta and on my new Discord server now, you notice he keeps advertising a new Discord server, and he keeps advertising a new website, and he keeps advertising new things and stuff. What he's trying to do is rebuild some shit. You got me? He already knows he's got spies in his Discord server. I'm not in his Discord server, Busy. I haven't been backing the whole thing up and hiding it for later. Stop it. You're spreading rumors now. You don't know that that's true. Leave me alone. It's kind of creepy. It's almost like, you know, he wants to get over to a new place with some of the people that he, you know, take over the ones that he knows are really dedicated. And by the way, when my video releases after this, it's like a cult inside that Discord. It is like a freaking cult in there. All right? Anyway, you'll find out after this stream's over if you watch my video. But, okay. On my new Discord server, even underneath yawn fans calm, even on Twitter, they keep saying, okay, groomer to me. Groomer. Ha 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 ha. Groomer. Psycho laugh. I'm not a groomer, okay? The fact that you would say that I'm a hold on. The fact that you would say that I don't even, I mean, I barely wash my you-know-what, okay? So groomer is somebody who grooms. There's obviously a dog groomer. So anyway, he's gone like well beyond, you know, Like, you think what he would do, like any sane person, like, you know how always when these guys get caught, they deny. They deny, they deny, they deny. You'd think he would say something to the effect of, if my husband, Kai, did do that to those girls, I didn't know anything about it, and you can't prove that I did. You know, that's where you think Onision would go, because he just seems like that kind of really despicable guy. But instead, let this sink in, instead, he's trying to say that, hey, I'm not a groomer. I barely wash myself. There's a dog groomer out there. Hold on. There's grooming, like the concept of grooming. But when something is said so often, you start to lose your mind a little. And I'm being totally coherent and psycho. I mean, fuck, I'm being totally forward and honest. I'm an honest YouTuber. And if you guys could stop calling me a groomer, that would be good. I want to show you how not a groomer I am. So here it is right here. I'm going to go grab a shoe. I'm grabbing a shoe. Call me grabbing a shoe, okay? And I'm just going to take the bottom of the shoe and I'm going to dab my finger in it. So you can see I'm dabbing and I'm dabbing and I'm dabbing and look, that he makes those sounds. I'm just trying to be realistic. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, please stop calling me a groomer. Laughter. Point is, I don't groom myself. And I don't groom as much as, like, I'm smeared that on my face. I clearly am not. So please stop the harassment. It has to stop. And I can't take this much longer because you guys are really driving me to the edge. So if you could stop calling me the groomer, that would be great. I'm a human being and I have human feelings. And I want you to understand that. So if you guys could stop harassing me and my dad, I don't know why it says that, my name, and just let me be myself again. I want to be funny again. Stop. Ha, 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 ha. And then he flips out, and that's the end of the video. So, yeah, I would have loved to play that for you. Honestly, I love, reacting to the cringiness of Onision. It just seems like we're not going to be able to do it anymore. I know what I'll do. Maybe I can get with another YouTuber, and every time he does this, maybe like me and Team Skeptic or someone will sit down for like an hour, and we'll get the script of his crazy breakdown and reenact it. There has to be a way that we can react to Onision's cringiness, while at the same time not becoming eligible for a copyright claim or a community guideline strike from the guy. But let that sink in, okay? Not only is the dude being accused of what he's accused of, and if you haven't seen the channel Take a Seat with Chris Hansen, or Have a Seat, is it Have a Seat, Busy? Why? He always used to say take a seat. I never heard him say have a seat. Whatever. Anyway, if you haven't seen the channel Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, those are some pretty riveting episodes. In fact, something else happened since I last reported on him. You probably should see it. You might have saw it already, but I want to make fun of him while I'm live. You know, I got to be able to do something to push back to false strike, people that file false strikes, false claims, and think that they can make content on YouTube. But no one else is allowed. Not if they want to file a false strike on them, right? So anyway, let me pull up this other video, and we've got another tale of false striking tonight. This all just happened in a day. Total, we've probably got 30 false copyright / community guideline strikes being filed on YouTube. And right now, the only thing we can do is try to @ Team YouTube and let them know that their copyright and community guideline system is just broken at this point. If these guys can get away with this, and by the end of the show, you're going to see that a lot of people are getting away with this. honestly, dude, I really want to play this cringy song for you also. My mic is a little bit loud, isn't it? That's all right. I really want to play this cringy song for you, but you already know that I can't. So what I'm going to do is just tell you what the hell's going on here and why it's so terrifying for a young woman out there named Shiloh. Have a seat, Shiloh. Now, this video, we watched it when it happened 3 weeks ago on DLive and on Mixer. And I kind of I think I played a video game while we listened to it. It's an hour and 15 minutes. It's really, really, really indescribable. It's just bad. And it describes this famous pop star. Shiloh is a famous pop star from Canada. She got with Greg through his YouTube channel like the other women did a long time ago. And she threw her career away. She's got these famous songs, dude. I listened to her music. Like, if you type in her music on YouTube and listen to it, you'll recognize it. You'll be like, damn, I heard that back in like 2000 something or other, and it was on the radio and shit. Anyway, though, she's a pretty good singer, you know? So she was on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. She described the horrible encounter she had with Onision. She's the one that had like several medical emergencies, like straight out seizures, and like, you know, froze up, and Greg just stood there with the camera and filmed it happening and uploaded it to YouTube afterwards. And yeah, it went viral. It got him some views, but she was laying there in pain and needed a damn ambulance the whole time. Okay, anyway, I'll stop ranting about it. But anyway, she was in an Onision video 3 days ago. It was a song, and it's creepy. Oh, it's creepy. The song is creepy. Like, him dancing around dressed up like a clown is a little cringy. But the song itself is pretty creepy. I'll give it to him. Now, so this is Shiloh when she was younger, and it's this same girl right here. See her right here? Let me go ahead and, like, get a picture. Oh, okay, here we go. Same girl, famous pop star from back in the day, and they must have filmed this little skit all those years ago. He recreated the song or re-uploaded it, one of the two. As it goes through, he keeps popping in saying that he's a psycho. I'm a psycho. I'm a psycho. Look at me now and crap. Almost like his Banana song, right? I'm a creep. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. He grabs a knife. He starts dancing around. She gets more and more scared, and she's like, ooh, and makes these weird noises. It's actually kind of, you know, funky. But the end of the video is the interesting part before we jump out of this. Now, this one scene happens where he's at the top of the castle and he's frozen to place, right? It's a little bit metaphoric in a way, if you think about it. All of a sudden, she's standing there. She starts dancing around in a chicken suit. I don't know where the hell that came from, but she did it. And he pulls out a gun and just shoots her over and over and over again, and she dies. And then he walks away, and he's like, yep, I'm a psycho. So... The reason that I pulled this up, of course, is because if you have not seen her interview on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, it doesn't really sink in how messed up that is that he uploaded that again. It doesn't really give you the full umph of it, because she is obviously terrified of him. She's really scared of him. She describes some really messed up situations. I want to describe some of them to you, but, you know, this is YouTube. It gets demonetized. People like Greg can just shoot somebody to death in a chicken suit, and I can't even talk to you without getting demonetized. It's all right, though. Long story short, though, what it made me kind of think to myself is, I wonder how Shiloh's feeling after seeing that, right? After seeing Greg upload a video where he shoots her to death. You know, I never watched Onision back in the day. I have no freaking clue whether, you know, at the end of the original video, he shot her to death. But for him to, like, re-edit or just re-upload it now, isn't that kind of threatening? I mean, a lot of other YouTubers took it that way. I listened to some other YouTubers break down the whole thing, and she's got to be kind of terrified and wondering, like, is he trying to... Now, he also did another stream, and I'm not pulling it up because I can't play it. And Greg, you freaking suck, dude, because I should be able to play it so that my audience can cringe with me, but we can't. And he describes, he's sitting in his chair, he's taking a hiatus, and he says he needs to get a shotgun and he needs to shoot the purple people eaters. And he describes the purple people eaters as the people who are giving him hell. And I would pull it up and read it to you, but I'm sick of talking about him already. So let's just finish this out. The messed up thing is, he does the video talking about taking a break and getting a shotgun and shooting the purple people eaters and then uploads that song. So she's got to be sitting wherever she's from and wondering, like, is Greg coming for me? I know I would. If one of my exes was freaking out on YouTube and uploaded a video of me getting shot by her, and then she starts taking a hiatus with her shotgun, you know what I'm saying? I'd be a little freaked out. There is some good news, though. When this video came out 3 weeks ago, it might have had 80,000 views. But now it's about to hit 1 million. And there's a lot more people sharing this video, watching this video, and it's getting a lot of steam. And if you listen to some of the stuff they talk about, it doesn't look good for Onision.
Fairy tale.
And how old was he at the time?
Exploited it.
It sounds like he got off on having you essentially end your career while he used you to promote his.
Oh, the ultimate submission. I gave him everything.
That is like the ultimate submission.
And you end up being, you know, a shaved head sidekick.
Yeah.
Right.
Little psycho sidekick.
Chris, that was a boomer question. You end up being a shaved head sidekick.
That's definitely how it ended up being.
No offense, Chris. I love you, but
you had a medical seizure at one.
That was definitely a boomer question.
Point during your relationship with him. Describe
Just
that.
saying.
And tell our people what he did while this was going on.
There was a point in time in which
Megalo says Onision deserves the book being thrown at him and more. You're right, my friend. He does deserve to go to trial and definitely be judged for what he's done. Yeah. But honestly, the question in my mind isn't whether someone will go to jail. I know someone's going to jail in this story. I just don't know if it's going to be Onision. You see, let me describe to you how literally demonic this guy is, because it's really genius when you think about it, in an evil genius kind of way. You get me? You see, like, what Onision has done, we don't know if he really did anything wrong. Now, the thing is, all of the women that have come out against him on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, the show we just watched a clip from, they haven't said that he had any relations with them when they were underage. Even though he was around them when they were underage, and he was well over age. He's like my age or something. The weird thing is now, Onision's wife, who became his husband when she transitioned from Laney Bot into Cool Guy Kai. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but listen to this. So we know that at least one of them is going to jail, because not only is there evidence that she did some felonies, but the girls say they can prove that there were felonies committed. They've got screenshots saved. They've got text messages that will show that Laney Bot or Kai now will be going to prison, at least for a while. The question will be, did Greg do a master plan? Did Onision commit a master plan to make sure that he did not go to jail? Because his wife, the woman that kind of brought them into the picture and groomed them and communicated with them, was close to their age. She was like 19 when she was bringing in some of these 16 and 17-year-olds, and 20 years old when they were getting towards 17 and 18. And she got them to go down to his house, and then they turned 18, and they all claimed that Onision kept them around until they turned 18 and then started to do things. Now, is that a federal crime? I don't think it is, unless he did something while they were underage. But Kai or Laney Bot Whether Greg asked her to or not, we don't know. But the facts do say that she did receive images of them when they were underage, when she was an adult. And that is enough to have her go to prison. Chris Hansen has stated it could be up to 10 years per image. And the people that are interviewed have at least represented 3, 4, or 5 images. So she could be getting a long time behind bars. The question is, did Onision do this on purpose? Well, no shit, he did this on purpose. It's almost like he had this set up from the start. He knew that he couldn't go out and groom these underage kids, so he had to use an 18-year-old to do it. And I'm starting to find out some stuff I didn't know. And his wife / husband now, when she was 16 or 17, he bought a house in Arizona, went there and lived there so that he could hang out with her while she was 16 and 17 years old. And then when she turned 18, he married her and moved her in. Or maybe she was 17 when they got married. But either way, he's one of the most calculated criminals out there. He has something that other criminals do not. And that was thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars coming in per month. Because back when he did this with his current wife / now husband, he was making that good YouTube ad revenue. He had millions of subscribers against multiple channels back when there was no demonetization, and he was getting massive views. He was probably pulling in $10,000 or $20,000 a month. So he could do all these things, and that's what he used the money for, was to get Kai or Laney-Bot and marry her, and then use her to do what he's done with the women that have appeared on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. So will he get away with it? Is that why he's so cocky? Does he know that he made sure not to break any laws and to follow it by the book? Did he slip up? And if he did slip up, will they be able to prove it now? It's been all this time later. God only knows. Maybe that's why he's acting like he is. But in the very least, it does seem like YouTube and Patreon and Twitter are going to start listening to the community's call for him to be deleted or banned. Because you can't do that. Look at what YouTube is doing right now. And isn't it ironic? We've got this COPA situation happening where if you make videos that are targeted towards kids, you could have to pay a fine of like $40,000, and you're not supposed to make kid-friendly content anymore, even though back in 2017, we were demonetized and told that our content had to be more family-friendly. But anyway, long story short, it's a weird kind of juxtaposed thing to see now. You've got Onision targeting kids with his content so that he can do these strange things with some of them that watch his channel. To have now it being where YouTube's now standing up to protect kids, they're saying you can't make kid content anymore. You won't have ads, you won't have comments, you won't have like buttons. To see that they won't delete Onision, maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're waiting for the law to get involved. Maybe that's why the FBI is involved, right? God only knows. But I'll tell you this. I showed you in my video Onision banned from Patreon. I think I was like the second person to put up a video on it. That the trend for Onision is bigger than it's ever been. And that's why you're seeing all of these videos with the interviews actually start to, pop off and go viral. So I truly am telling you, something's going to happen in the next month or two. Probably before January, I would think. That's going to be my guess. Whether it's Kai or whether it's Onision, maybe a warrant will get issued. Maybe an investigation will start to pick up. Maybe they'll go on the run. I don't know. Either way, though, I stick by what I said. Onision breaking down in these videos. Even though he's trying to fake it, you can tell there is a lot of reality coming through when he does this, right? Okay, let's get off this freaking horrible subject. I don't like this subject. It's disturbing. Oh my god, that shirt was way too hot, man. I had to change my shirt. All right, so let me go through the current live stream room a little bit. There's some submissions there that are actually really good. Let's then see if we can get Steve McCray in here to talk about the, to update us. He's been wanting to come on for a couple days to update us on the whole, like, without a crystal ball mess. You got me? I would have got him in yesterday, but I just been working getting these videos out. If you need an Aussie accent, I'm in. All right, buddy. Hey, you want to help out? Make sure you're in my Discord server and just track me down, man. I jump in my Discord server and make videos with the people there all the time. All you got to do is join my server, man. I'm usually like in there writing scripts and having people help me with some scripts and help me find stuff. What's up, Bob Senior? Good to see you, man. Pulling up my live chat now. Let me get my live chat pulled up so I can actually see what you guys are saying after I went and did a little. I'm topless. I'm topless. I'm a Smurf. I'm kind of a Smurfy kind of guy. Okay, hold up. I got some stuff in my current live stream room and I want to show it to ya. Where's my music at, Biz? There it is. Hey, Anthrax Overdrive. What's up, dude? We are streaming on Mixer at UNIRocktv. If you want to come to the after show, more than likely it'll be over there. Okay. Oh, no, bro. You got to be kidding me. When is this from? Is this from now? December 1st? You got to be shitting me, dude. Hold up. Let's see what this is before you get going any further. Okay, so let's look at this because YouTube has been changing a lot. And some of the changes are bad for us, but I can't complain too much because creators now are making more ad revenue than they've made in a year or two. The ad revenue has come back. I don't know how. I don't know why. I have no clue what's going on, but I like it. It actually allows us YouTubers to do what we used to do, which is sit down and spend days on videos, hours and hours and hours on videos. And back when YouTube was taking all of our ad revenue, there was no reason to do anything but just go live and hang out with you guys. Why pour, you know, why would anyone pour 3 days into a video and then have it be restricted and muted, you know? But some of the changes YouTube have made, while benefiting us, some of them are going to kick more creators off the platform. This could be one of them. To grasp the phenomenal scale of YouTube, consider that people spend 1 billion hours watching videos on it every day. The most used social network in the US, more queries are typed into the website search bar than anywhere online except Google, which owns YouTube. But the site came under increased scrutiny, accused of propagating bad stuff, peddling conspiracies, and promoting off of it. And you know what? It's just too much, basically pushing for censorship. So let's see what the end of this is. We have 500 hours uploaded every minute to YouTube. That's breathtaking. It is. We've got a lot of video and a lot of influence on our lives and how we pass our time. What this tells me, though, they put so much pressure into us and say that they need to kind of morph what we watch or control what we watch and all this. It's like, we're adults. You're telling us that we can't. You just said kids shouldn't be watching YouTube. People shouldn't be targeting kids. That's what Cope is saying. There's rules now to stop it. But yet, you need to censor certain things. Why can't we watch people doing dumb stuff if they want to say dumb stuff and then let us not watch it? We're not going to sit and keep giving a creator watch time that says hateful things, you know? Facebook is facing controversy. It refuses to take down a President Trump ad about Biden, which is not true. Would you run that ad? So that is an ad that right now would not be a violation of our policies. Is it on YouTube right now? It's been on YouTube. Can a politician lie on YouTube? Just a bunch of... They're basically worried about the 2020 election is what this is telling me. Just keep your eye out. YouTubers really have to just... It's worth it more right now to just do, you know, not to chase clicks and stuff and not to worry about doing, like, getting views over avoiding these topics that are going to be heavily censored, because your channel will go bye-bye if it happens. I'll tell you that. Okay, what else we got? Whoa. Oh, Steve? Something about being blocked in the UK? Dear Steve McCray, regarding your account, we've received a defamation complaint regarding your video. After review, the following video, Leslie Bass Super Chat Drive, will not be silenced, has been blocked from view on the following countries: the UK. YouTube blocks content where necessary to comply with local laws. Please review our Help Center article on defamation. So, you know what? It's about time for us to move into Without a Crystal Ball. Definitely. You know, Leslie, I don't understand what Leslie has ever done to deserve this type of treatment. That video was not about Steve McCray. That video was making Christmas money for a creator named Leslie Bass. And Leslie, she had her channel put under review due to a false strike campaign. Now, in my video that I made the other day, where it was in the versus mode video, where Steve McCray versus Without a Crystal Ball right here. Steve McCray versus Without a Crystal Ball versus mode. I show you evidence that, yes, Katie did tell people to go strike videos that are made against her. And yes, right after she put that post out and asked people to do it on Instagram, Leslie Bass's channel went down. This is just in, but it looks like a certain group of people have been incited to go strike Steve's video. And I can't... Who was it that was being talked about in the video on Steve's channel? Katie Paulson, Without a Crystal Ball. The only people that were talked about in the video was Without a Crystal Ball. And then the video was filed for defamation. How in the Sam hell, Katie, can you get angry after what you've said? Go back in your content and look at what you've said about Teen Mom. Look at what you've said about certain celebrities. Certain, not A-list, B-list, C-list. What do you call a reality TV star? A Z-list celebrity? Certain Z-list celebrities. You've said some really messed up stuff about them. So you are going to delete all your videos that make any type of defamatory statement. Hey, Cowgirl Lady, thanks for following on Mixer. Appreciate you. I need to get more of my audience over on Mixer. Mixer.com/UNIRock. Go follow me over there if you're not. But make sure you're still watching here. The after show will be on Mixer and D Live. Mixer's going to be my main hub for my after show now. I just want to let everybody know why you're here. I've been having issues with D Live disconnecting in my stream, so I have to have Mixer be my hub now. But I'm still using D Live. You don't have to leave D Live. I've got an application that puts the chat from D Live and Mixer together. I'll be able to see all your messages. You don't have to worry, okay? I don't have that app up while I'm streaming on YouTube, though. On YouTube is the hub. Back to what I was saying. So does this mean if Katie Paulson, I keep wanting to call her Katie middle name Paulson because she goes by her middle name. She messaged me on Twitter because I put Katie blank Paulson in a tweet, and she said, "Take my name off that tweet. You can't put my full name on a tweet." And I'm like, I can, because that's what you go by. If you stop going by it or never went by it, then sure, you could say that. But you do go by that. So don't say that you don't and that I can't use it. So I had to delete my tweet. Anyway, man. The problem with this, let me give a little bit of it. If she would have asked her audience, they would have done it in a heartbeat. And yet you're doing that. Let's do a sum up and let's move into this, because I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it live, because me and Busy, when we get live, we're magic. Yeah, we're magic, Busy. That's right. That's right. It's what we do, baby. Let's go. Now, I would say that I'm known on YouTube for being a little bit of a response YouTuber. You get me? I do response. My first videos that ever got me any patrons were my response videos. So what I do is I go into a situation that's either trending, that's like in a community that I'm part of or whatever. And I look at what's going on and I tell you guys, I find the evidence, I show it to you, I debunk things that can be debunked, and I prove things that can be proven, and I give you a video. Well, I did that. I did that right around here somewhere. Get off my screen, Onision. I'm sick of it. I did this with my video versus mode, without a crystal ball versus Steve McCray. This video broke down the entire situation, and I did reach out to Katie Paulson from Without a Crystal Ball, to get her response, to get her side, so she could say, hey, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and if my audience did it, it's their fault, and if they did that, it's their fault. I only did this, just to get her words, just to get what she claimed. You got me? So that maybe I could go out and verify or debunk some of her claims. But she wouldn't talk to me. She immediately looked at the evidence that I had already found on my Twitter and blocked me. Then she unblocked me, and then she messaged me. And I let her know. She said, you've already made up your mind. And I said, Katie, I haven't. You could still be able to tell me what's going on and show me, you know, parts of this story. I will be fair with you. And you guys can see those messages on my Twitter. Of course, she blocked me right after I said that. So it was hard for me to be able to kind of, I don't want to be sided against Katie. I'm not. But I am going with the evidence. Well, you know it's single every time, and I love you too. Every time. Anyway, so as I started looking into this situation, there are other things about it that I have not told you yet, and I could do another part. I could do it. This video was like 28 minutes long. I had to shave it down. I just read that super chat. Thank you, single. So I had to shave this video down from 28 minutes down to like 19 minutes. I could probably do another 20-minute video, 28-minute video, and not even get it all out. But there are, what I care about are the things that should matter to the community. So ranking the things that should matter. Hey, thanks for following over there on Mixer, my friend. Appreciate you. Of the things that, in my opinion, should matter to the community, striking videos, that's something that should only be used in the most extreme situation. Now, I went through some of the video on Steve McCray's channel today. I watched it as Leslie, Brittany, and Steve talked. And what I saw in Cheshire, and what I saw was, you know it, Renee. I got you. You know it. What I saw is that they were being very honest. They were giving their side. Now, they were reading a lot of super chats. There were a lot of people trying to help Leslie. Now that her channel's down, she can't make ad revenue. And her check on YouTube next month is going to be very low due to the fact that her channel can't be uploaded or streamed to. Now, of course, she might have fixed it by now, but it was down for a few days at least. It may still be down. If it's still down, Steve will let us know. We're going to call him in just a few minutes here. But where was I here? The thing is, going around and filing false strikes that stop people from uploading videos, that silence people, that's one of the reasons why Leslie was on Steve's channel, was because, look, Leslie's channel's down. She's going to have a low paycheck next month. It's going to be a Christmas paycheck. It's going to come days before Christmas. Steve Cheshire and Brittany wanted to help make Leslie some money. So why in the world would you strike that? Are you a Grinch? Are you a Grinch that stole Christmas, Katie? Seriously? Oh, damn, dude. So there's another part of the story that I didn't really touch on to in my video. There's a group of people that have been stalking Steve McCray for years. He started this thing called the Great Debate Community. And I don't want to go into that on my channel tonight with Steve because it would go on forever. And we got a lot of stuff to hit tonight. So I'm going to just let you know, there will be many videos made about the group that's stalking Steve. More than just what I made a couple weeks ago. Ironically, right before Katie becomes very strike happy, she is telling people that she's communicating with the people who have been stalking Steve since the Great Debate Community. Now, I went in and did a full breakdown of all of those people that are judging Steve for everything he does, making claims every time something happens and saying the worst possible thing with no evidence every time. You know that I came to the conclusion that they were evidenceless. They had the opportunity while I was looking into them to make videos, by the way, and put out evidence against Steve. They didn't. You know what they did? They started making videos against me, trying to say that I was all these crazy things and stuff because I was looking into it. They started to attack me instead of putting the evidence against Steve up on their channels. And to this day, they have put no evidence against Steve McCray on their channels. They just go live and they sit and talk, or they try to claim that he is a really bad this and a really bad that. And of course, we don't want to hear them talk because we already know that there is an accusation out there from 99.99% of the entire freaking community that they've been lying about Steve since he left the Great Debate Community and started Non Sequitur. I have to say I concur with the community. Now it's 99.9999 because I agree with the community. Yes, they are lying about him. Any chance that anything that happens, they go to their channels and they start saying that Steve did the worst thing ever. And while logical people are trying to go through it and be like, how did he do that again? He did that because he did this and this. It's like, that doesn't equal to what you're saying he did. And it's every single claim they make. Right before Katie starts filing these false strikes against Leslie, false strikes against Steve, false strikes against Brittany, telling her audience to go file these false strikes, she started communicating with these people. I think that's a very big part of the story. Another part of the story, I'll say Katie has been misrepresenting things a lot. And she's been very defensive, right? Instead of opening the door to people and answering questions and taking it slow, she's very emotional right now. She seems really scared. I don't know why she's so scared. I don't know why she's so emotionally primed. You know? You could say she's worried about her YouTube audience finding out about certain things, right? But even if, let's say her YouTube audience, maybe she's young to YouTube. She doesn't understand communities. She doesn't understand how groups of people work. She's got an audience of people that like to go to YouTube for commentary on the TV shows that they watch, right? I don't think that group would care what happened with Non Sequitur. So let's say the worst possible thing came out about the Non Sequitur thing with Katie. Let's say it came out that there was hard evidence that she literally destroyed Non Sequitur. Is she going to lose any of her audience over it? No. Because her audience... when I was on Steve's channel a couple days ago and we interviewed one of Katie's audience, they didn't care. You heard the lady. So if it was me and I was in Katie's shoes, I would be like, look, I don't care what you say about Non Sequitur. It's not going to affect my audience. The problem is when things started to come out, Katie panicked. And I've been trying to find the thing that made her panic for a while now. And it has to be something more than just Steve talked to some of her ex-mods, you know? Now, there is one other thing that I can say may be a reason why this is happening. So let me hook it up for you. Leslie Bass. She's got 16.9 thousand subscribers. And she hasn't uploaded yet. I guarantee if she could upload, she probably would upload. So here's Leslie's channel. If you guys can do me a solid, let's get Leslie up to 17K really quick. Because she did just get false struck, right? I just put it in the chat. Mods, do me a solid. Share that link in the chat. I don't like it when someone gets false struck. just like I said, reported with this whole dumbass Onision thing, I don't like it when people file false strikes. I don't like it when people take money from people. I don't like it when people get people silenced, take away their free speech, take away their ability to run their business, upload videos, live stream to people, unless they've done something that's violating the guidelines, which how in the world did Leslie do that, you know? So one claim, I think one valuable thing it would be for me to do is to go through. I am an expert when it comes to the YouTube community guideline system and the YouTube copyright system, because I started on YouTube in 2016 and I had a viral video and it got struck within an hour or two of it coming out. And ever since that video went down and I was gaining all those views and I was getting all those subscribers and I did all that work on a 4-hour video and then it went viral, I was pissed off and hated the system. And I learned single thing I could about it. I've been fighting false strikes. I've been fighting false community guideline strikes ever since. And I know a lot about it. So one thing that Katie did was give a lot of misinformation about Leslie, Steve, and other people breaking guidelines. So let me break that down just a little bit. We'll go through the rest of the current live stream room. There's not a lot there left, and then we'll call Steve in. Don't talk about me tonight, Uni. You better not talk about... Oh, I'm going to be talking about you, JM. I'm talking about you tonight, JM. You thought you'd get away tonight. No, you won't. Oh, that UNIRock. Ah! Shit, I don't know if I can share that. I don't know if I can put that on my screen. I got something in. I don't know if I can put it on the screen. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I've got some tea. I got some tea to spill. Busy. Busy. Get a towel. Wipe that up. It's my job to spill the tea, Busy. Mine. No, you don't get to. My job. All right. So the community guideline and copyright system are used to basically protect people on YouTube from legal things. Slander and libel are one of them. Harassment is definitely one of them. Cyberstalking, personal privacy complaints, that's the community guideline system. The copyright system is used if a copyright violation has happened on YouTube. Now, a lot of people get confused about these two systems, and they think that they are mutually exclusive, and you can just file a copy strike, file a community guideline strike anytime you think something's wrong. And honestly, that's not the case. It's a flawed system. You should be very careful before you let a YouTuber convince you into filing anything of that system. You should read the rules first. Go to YouTube. They have an entire section on this, and go through it and sit down and read it anytime you're about to file a strike. And I mean every single time, because those rules change. And imagine you had a YouTube channel, it got bigger, and it was your sole income. Somebody files a false strike on one of your videos, and it devastates your business. You got me? You owe it. If you care about free speech, YouTube, or anything in general that has to do with those things, you will read it before you file a strike. Even if you read it a week before, you'll read it again. It takes 10 minutes. You should do it. Katie did instigate people. I proved it in my video. And this is not an attack towards you, Katie. I'm not trying to put you down. I hope that maybe you'll hear this, and before you file any more false strikes or incite anyone to file any false strikes, you'll change your mind and take it slow, consult professionals, get a hold of YouTube, do any of these things before you try to destroy a YouTuber's career. Leslie, her channel's affected. It obviously is affected. Let's take a look at it really quick. Okay, so Leslie typically uploads, we'll say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 videos in a week. That's more than one a day. And she hasn't uploaded in days. So I would go as far as to say that if she wasn't struck down, she would be uploading. And one thing you know, you'll see a lot of YouTubers upload at least every day or every other day. They go live a lot. That's because your YouTube channel, I'm a little bit weird. You know, if I end up getting a lot of views and I need to be uploading, you'll see that I'll end up doing a video that takes me 3 days instead of trying to work with all the views I'm getting. That's not normal. Don't judge what you should do based off of this channel, because I'm crazy. I should have been uploading like crazy while I was getting massive views this week, and I didn't. That's okay. I don't mind. But anyway, Leslie should have had the ability to upload for the last few days. And obviously, she still doesn't have that ability. The problem is, seeing that this strike went through like this, it's very... What would have had to have happened for this to go through? Well, they went as far as to block it in the damn UK. Why? If the person that says... Like, if, let's say Katie filed a privacy complaint, right? So YouTube had to consider, you know, her privacy. She claims that her privacy has been violated. There's defamation in this video. Why would they block it in the UK? I know the UK has stricter laws on this, but Katie's not from the UK. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make sense. But this does tell me that she's still actively filing these strikes. That's dangerous. It's going to get your audience to turn against you. My God, have you ever heard of a dude named Mundane Matt? Well, you should type his name into YouTube and watch one of the documentaries on the guy, because he filed some false strikes, had 100 and some thousand subs, and now he gets more downvotes than upvotes a year and a half later. This is YouTube career suicide. When you go and you say, like, hey, I can commentate, I can give my opinion, but you can't because I'm going to file a strike on you. Now, I'd like to know where the defamation was in their video, because there's a big line between opinion and defamation, okay? So, we'll figure that out later. Anyway, the last thing I'll say about the guideline system, if you are going to file defamation, aren't you going to take it to court? Because once you're defamed, you have damages. Or are you just alleging you're defamed? You obviously should be able to prove it. I wonder if she'll take it that far. It's definitely the versus mode of Without a Crystal Ball versus Steve McCray just went nuclear. It just went to the nuclear space. Now, I've got some screenshots over here that I could probably just do a little bit of searching and I could show where the community guideline system has definitely been misused. So I know it's on Without a Crystal Ball on Twitter, the commentary, but I'll pull it up later. I'll see what happens once we get Steve in here. Steve, oh, by the way, just so everybody understands this, not just Steve's video being blocked in the UK. So dumb, bro. Not just is his video blocked in the UK, but Steve can't tweet for a week. He's in Twitter jail. Dude, I don't know why we still use Twitter as a society. We are a society for using Twitter. You could literally get somebody blocked for the dumbest damn reasons there. Okay, let's call Steve in. I want to call Steve in, but when I call Steve in, it'll be at the end of this. I just want to make sure I get everything out that I need to get out before I call Steve. Oh, goodness. All right. AC, you if only I never talked bad about YouTube, that would be the day. Okay, so I don't have the Instagram right here. I could easily pull it up, but I did show there. I think the person I showed, this wasn't the same person. This is a random viewer from Katie. I just watched your Instagram, and you told people to report the people that you were talking about, which was Leslie and Steve. Now, the good thing about this screenshot is that it proves that Katie did tell people to strike people. I was talking about Steve, not her. I have nothing against her videos at all. Sheev has made 17, and I wasn't telling anyone to mass report anything. I said to do whatever YouTube isn't stopping his targeted harassment of me. The last thing I'll say before we, I guess we'll go ahead and call Steve in, is that how is Steve harassing you and you not have harassed Amber Portwood or any... Let's go look at Without a Crystal Ball, and then we'll call Steve. Yeah, I don't think that... I think if we compared channels, compared what is said, you know... Lori Laughlin's daughter, Olivia Jade, returns to YouTube. Well, you know what? Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's scroll down just a bit here. Janelle returns to North Carolina but doesn't go home. Before the 90 Days cast, members say tell-all missing major scene. Michaela Adkins moving in together and asking fans for cash. Kaylee shares whether she'd ever be friends with Haley #1 again. I have no problem with this kind of content, by the way. If you can make money, if you can get views, if you can be famous for commentating on television shows, then go for it. Get it. But then again, there are a lot of people that make accusations towards Without a Crystal Ball. They say that she doesn't just commentate, that she bullies some of these famous people that she talks about. I'd love to see some of those clips. If I had some of those clips, you know what I could do? I could take those clips of Without a Crystal Ball and how Without a Crystal Ball talks about the famous people, and then I could take the clips of what Steve and Leslie said about Katie and compare those clips to see who is bullying and who isn't. You know, I think that'd be a good exercise in objectivity. You know, is Steve and Leslie bullying Katie? Is Katie bullying Amber Portwood? Is Katie bullying this reality TV star? I don't know. Maybe I could just do a general search and find a clip. Maybe. Let me see if I can. Actually, it might be hard because I'm blocked. So God only knows. But let me see here. Let's see. What was her name? Oh, Anxiety. I think I can find the clip if I type Anxiety. Hold on. Oh, there's no results. Oh. You know, I always have trouble pulling anything off Twitter that has to do with Katie. I wonder if there's any strikeage going on there. I'll find something here. Oh, here we go. Without any crystal balls, official commentary. This freaking Twitter, dude. This Twitter is on it, doggone it. You know what I'm saying? This Twitter is on it, baby. They know what they're doing. Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about without a crystal ball. Thanks for sharing. Look at unveiling the mask of Katie. Oh, yeah, that's a good vid. Yeah, let's pull that up. Thank you, Amy. That is a good channel. Okay. Of KJ and LB. Why do I have a feeling that LB is Leslie? Oh, they changed the name. Well, the tag in YouTube isn't the same. That's good of that channel, though, you know. That's good of that channel. Let's see. What do we got? I have visited this channel before. Now, hold on. Leslie joins Katie. Oh, failed at engineering. So Katie can express her opinion about others, but no one can about her, especially with her false accusations. Exactly, my friend. And thank you for the super chat. It's very hard to make ad revenue right now, and the super chats and the people that join my channel are the thing that get us through. So thank you, my friend. You know, I think there is, after seeing this, after seeing that Steve's video got blocked in the UK, I think there's definitely a reason for me to make part 2. If you guys want me to make part 2, I will. Okay. Now, hold on. I know this video's here somewhere. Okay. Okay. We're getting close. Oh, shit. This has to be good.
Not getting scared. And if you keep on telling people that...
Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting close. We're getting close. Dude, where did I swear I found this video on this channel. Is this it? Oh, shit. This is it. Oh, let's see. Let's compare... Let's take Steve's live stream and compare Steve and Leslie talking about Katie to this clip, and then ask yourselves what harassment is. Really fast. Just a little test.
It's like, oh, I don't
She's talking about a girl who's under the age of 18.
want to go. Call. Get the babies. Daddy, I don't want Adam. Why is Adam here? Are we going to get Aubrey to come? Where's Daddy?
That is kind of funny. That part was funny.
Probably off myself.
That part's funny.
Since it was jail.
I'm the OG. I'm going to go jail. Sounds like this. Call. I don't want to go. Daddy, I need help. No. Why is everything so hard?
I'm sorry. I'm evil. I'm sorry.
Even
I just don't know what I'm doing. I have to call my dad. That's my Chelsea voice. Was my Chelsea good? See, Aubrey. Daddy, I need my anxiety meds. Adam to see Aubrey. Daddy, I need my anxiety meds. Need my anxiety meds. Need my anxiety meds. I need my anxiety meds.
If I get struck for that song, I swear to God, bro. Okay, so I need my anxiety meds. Versus Steve McCray and Leslie commentating on their opinion about an adult's actions. This side is Steve McCray and Leslie commentating on their opinion of an adult's actions. This side is Without a Crystal Ball making fun of a person under the age of 18 for needing their medicine for a mental disorder. You know, I don't know which one is considered bullying or harassment in this case. I'm having, I know, it has to be Steve and Leslie because YouTube struck them. Okay, let's call Steve and see what he wants to add to all this. Now, Steve, stay calm. Happy time. Happy time. You got to be happy and calm while we talk about this. Here we go. Let's get Steve in here because I need updated. What the hell is your video now being blocked in the UK for? Is Katie going to stop harassing 16-year-olds for having to take mental anxiety medicine? You'll find out next up on UNIRock Live. Let's go. Oh my goodness, why is it turning down my audio? It's not supposed to do that. Steve, can you hear me, sir?
Oh, God, yeah, it's loud. Okay.
Okay, give me a second and we'll... Oh, you were sleeping? My bad, dude. Okay, I'll get you in just a minute. Let's transition to get you in here. 1 second. Let me get my audio set. We got Steve on the line. We're going to talk about this. Here we go, guys. All I got to do is fix my audio. It'll just take about 3 seconds here. Mewing Bison, thanks for following on Mixer. That is mixer.com/UNIRock. All right, almost done. Well, usually... Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay, let me hit apply there and then hit apply here. Okay, I fixed her. Nice. All right. All right, Steve, so fill us in, my dude. What happened with your video? Let me pull this screenshot up. Tell us what happened with your video being blocked in the UK and how that could happen.
All right. Well, first things first. By the way, Chelsea is 29. She's not underage. The one that she was mocking.
Oh, she's 29.
Yeah, she's an adult. Yeah, she's a grown up. But it goes back.
I don't know
to,
these things about Teen Mom. You know.
You like to be factual, right? So.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but she does talk about people mocking people's mental health problems, and Chelsea does suffer from anxiety. It is a mental.
Well, yeah, I don't think the age necessarily matters. I just thought that. I thought that she was, when I saw the lady talking, I thought she was 16.
No, that's just the way.
I thought that's what it was about. I thought she was the teen in Teen Mom is what I'm saying.
No, that's Amber.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
No, Katie just naturally sounds like that. She just makes it a little bit worse to make her Chelsea voice. But
okay.
So the other night, I decided to have a late night stream, and I was watching. Leslie and her sister on Instagram, and as you know, Leslie cannot stream to her channel. She's not blocked. Yeah. She doesn't have any content ID strikes. I've checked with her. She has some Viacom things that have some content ideas that have blocked them. Like this is blocked in the UK. These videos are blocked in certain areas, but they didn't come across as an actual strike, right?
So she's like under review, basically.
She's under review.
Yeah.
So she can't upload anything to the channel, but she doesn't have any copyright strikes, right?
Yeah.
As of yet. Okay, so...
Well, because they're probably community guideline reasons, right? They're reviewing to see if she broke community guidelines, I would assume, or something of that nature.
Yes, exactly. Right. They want to see if she's within terms of service. So I had offered for her to stream on my channel where I would give her 100% of all the super chats to help her family out because she's a mother of 6 kids. And as we have confirmed, Leslie has gone on Instagram and asked people to mass flag my channel and her channel. This is beyond. I
showed that in a video I did the other day, like, which if you do ask your audience to do it, I'm sorry, that is you asking your audience to strike people. So,
absolutely.
You know. Where is Katie getting this wrong? Because she's telling people that she didn't do it. What do you think's wrong there? I want to understand whether Katie is being 100% dishonest, or whether she's scared, or whether she's lying to protect something, or whether, you know, she's confused. Like, I'm trying to break this down in my head because, you know, I'm not the cancel culture type, but I do hold people accountable for what they do. So I'm trying to figure this out. Why do you think that Katie, is saying she didn't tell people to strike when we can see that she did, when we have hard evidence that she did?
Well, those things you mentioned are not mutually exclusive, right? I mean, she could be a mixture of all of them. And what she's doing is very calculated. She is going over to Instagram, where she has a very small base of sorts. She has about 8,000 plus followers.
Like a loyal base.
A couple hundred people that are loyal to her no matter what, right? Whatever she says is the gospel.
Yeah.
Well, she'll go over there and she'll be saying these things about, you know, mass striking people and that she's unable to like do anything to our channels because YouTube's not taking any action because there's nothing of violations. We've never done anything wrong. So she's encouraging those people to come over. Now, when she goes to Facebook, when she goes to YouTube, her tune totally changes, because if she were to say that on YouTube, she would get taken down, because you cannot call upon your followers to do that. That's considered to be active targeting. So she goes on YouTube and says, I would never ask anybody to go do this. I've never asked anybody to mass flag. I've never asked somebody to go harass anybody. And that's why she gets away with it, because she does it on one platform, Instagram, and then those people go do their things, come over and flagged Leslie's videos. But this video that I'm talking about was a charity drive for her kids. And it raised about $530 some odd, and a few more dollars a day. People had messaged me and said, hey, I missed it yesterday. How do I get money to Leslie? It
was yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. And I gave them her PayPal, so they've been sending her money directly this morning. But this is something where somebody has actually filed a legal paper.
Yeah.
A legal thing you have to go through. And what you do is you say, here's a timestamp. This is defamation. And you are not required. You can actually opt out to have the person know who you are.
And they did that?
Yeah, you have to let them know. You've got to be kidding me. I don't want this person to know my name, information, and email. Right?
Yeah.
But you have to be the person. You cannot defame somebody on somebody else. You cannot issue a thing like this on behalf of anybody else. The only person that could have done this to defamation, what she's speaking of, is Katie. Now,
is someone that you referenced in the video.
Yes.
And you only referenced Katie in the video.
Yes, this was her. There's there's really no other explanation, right? But the reason why it's in the UK is because UK has a lot different defamation laws than the United States.
lot stronger, defamation law.
What I have done is not meet any kind of thing in the United States whatsoever, nor does it violate terms of service. But YouTube is awfully paranoid about this stuff. They will go by the laws of the region. This is why they say it's blocked in like Afghanistan, it's blocked in like India, it's blocked in this country. They're required
to take the action that's been filed and then compare it to each region's laws and make sure that no matter what's going on, YouTube itself isn't promoting criminal activity or promoting like possible criminal activity, so they play it safe to make sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, my lawyer's on vacation right now. He's on holiday. I'm going to compile everything eventually. I would like to see if I do have a case for defamation per se, plus targeted harassment, bullying, the whole 9 yards. Because at this point, I have overwhelming confirmation that she has done this to not just myself, but to Leslie. And she has admitted to it on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on or Facebook Instant Messages, and on YouTube, even though she's kind of deleted all those videos, but we have them as well. So there's no way that she cannot say that this is not the case. These are overwhelming evidences against her. And as you pointed out earlier, and I said this before, there's normally only a couple of different things that will happen when you start going this route. You either end up going into obscurity and you just lose everything, or you become so egregiously toxic as a content creator that nobody wants to be around you.
Yeah, that's true. But why is why is Katie, let's say, okay, because this is like, she has to understand that these are public networks, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and it's not hard for us to do a quick search in Google and grab something. So why would she tell people to strike? The strikes go through the same day that she tells people to do it, but then deny it later. I mean, she has to know that's going to affect her YouTube presence. She has to know it's going to weigh negatively on her. It's going to prove her to be lying or crazy, one of the two. So why is she doing it? What is causing this to continue? Because it's almost like as time goes on, you know, she's already had all this non sequitur stuff stop, and everything's kind of calmed down, and then it just fires back up again. Why is she continuing this, do you think?
Oh, I thought just think I know what it was.
Yeah, what's up?
The reason being is because the same people, the group that got a hold of Kyle to convince him to do some pretty stupid things, stupid decisions, have now contacted her and got her to mass flag people.
Yeah, I agree.
Literally, I've seen her say this in private messages of who contacted her and who explained to her how to go about mass flagging people and why you should do this and that. And I guarantee she's listened to bad advice. She's listened to people from as you know, the great people that left the Great Bay community, the McCrazies and that group. They've got a hold of her. They got a hold of Mel early on. And so she's talking to Mel. She's talking to Fiona. She's talking to a whole bunch of that group. And all of them are giving them really bad advice. And this is what I think would happen, Uni. You want you like conspiracy theories, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is my conspiracy theory that I'm going to say 95%, right? But what I think happened was this group is so toxic and so wanted to get rid of me off all the platforms, right?
The group. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. So before we go there, it would be okay. One thing that is not on any of the networks, any of the platforms, like the community has really no explanation of, is what you and others have had to go through with this group of people. So without us going deep into a deep dive, give us like, you know, the explanation of why there are a group of people that keep calling you an RA. You guys know what that means, an R apologist. Why they keep saying that you are this, why you're that, why you're this, even when there's no evidence there and their logic's bad. But anytime something happens, they will stand up and say you've done it while they call themselves logical skeptics. Why is this group doing that? Because if they've gotten in Katie's head, they have a desire to make you look bad. They got a desire to put you down. When I started to hear about all this, I was confused. I'm like, you're telling me there's a group of people that like always just try to, you know, crap on like 6 members of this community? That doesn't make sense. I don't get it. So maybe if people understood, it would help out. So
sure.
You know, maybe we could go into that.
So you don't want certain words to be used because you won't get demonetized, by the way?
I'm trying my best not to be restricted or demonetized. Yeah.
I noticed that the other day in your video that you put out, and then you said the F word. I was like, okay, it was weird.
well, you know, as you go like deeper in, you know,
I get
certain curse words have a less context than like the R word does.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so let me table your question for a second. I promise I will get to it. I will not forget it. But I want to finish my little conspiracy thing real quick because it's important.
Yeah. Please do.
So they wanted to basically have her go after me. Well, they underestimated the stupidity of this woman. They didn't realize that she had a beef with Leslie as well, I guess, because Leslie was using the same tactics. Katie was using the same tactics to go after Leslie. Leslie is beloved, right? Leslie has done no wrong to a lot of people. People love her. She's a mother of 6 kids. You start going after those kind of targets rather than somebody like myself, who people might say is controversial or whatever. There's going to be a problem, and there's going to be backlash. There was backlash for her going after, especially during the Christmas season. I mean,
yeah,
she effectively shut down this woman's ability to stream and make money during Christmas season. I mean, that's the height of something you just do not do on the internet and expect to survive. So this group that was giving Kyle advice, that we saw how that worked out for Kyle, is giving her the same kind of thing. You know, just mass flag him and do this and report him for this, report him for that. Use all these legal things. There's some problems with that, obviously, but that's what I think happened. And so not just she went after me, she went after Leslie, and this has backfired on her tremendously. Now, to your question about why this group.
Yeah.
Several years ago, about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, I was with this group of people that was kind of a loose group of people, and they kind of referred themselves to the Great Bay community a little bit. It wasn't really a name that was around that much. It was coined by a guy named Agent of Doubt. And it just was a term that I liked. And I was around for quite some time. Nobody ever really used it, but I was like, hey, how about we form a great debate community on G+, a Google group. And I used that, and we helped build up these things that we're doing about talking to people and having these conversations. And they were all for it. All of them were for it. And about a year later or 6 months later or something like that, it started getting a little popularity. My channel started getting a little more popular. I had Hugh Ross on, and I had Mary Schweitzer on. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's a very well-known paleontologist. And there were some problems with they were looking at the group and saying, hey, well, you're getting some popularity out of this, Steve. What about us? And I tried to explain to them, well, you need to build your channels up here. You know, the Great Debate Community is a G+ group. Build your channel, put it on there, right? And then go get to Patreon and do something, right? And some people took advantage of it, some people didn't.
And that's what you do when you are like a community of people. Some people create channels. They get to make the revenue out of that channel. And other people go on those channels because it exposes them to more people. So, like, let's say I go to, you know, Team Skeptic's channel like I did yesterday. I sit down and talk. You know, I'm going to either impress people and they're going to seek me out, subscribe. I'll get the watch time, the ad clicks, maybe donations. But if I don't impress people, they're not going to subscribe. And that's what you get for going on channels. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay. So, eventually in 2018, well after I started the G+ community, I started a channel called the Great Debate Community channel. It was basically to have people come on and you could promote your own channels. You could use it for whatever kind of potpourri you wanted. Didn't make much money. In the 2018, it made about a little over $300 for the entire year. Okay, so it wasn't like a substantial amount of money. And all it was people like myself going on there and doing discussions like I was doing with other things, and then telling people to go to other people's channels and things of that nature. But they weren't understanding that most of the money comes from Patreon, right? And their own channels, their super chats and things like that, but that wasn't really around at the time, but they're still getting ad revenue. So long story short, I know for me that's such a thing, right? Long story short for Steve. But
you're good, bro. We got time.
They were just unhappy the way I was supposedly running the community and the way I was explaining to them philosophy, because way back then, you know, the whole atheist, you know, people putting out this atheism is just a lack of belief. And I was like, no, come on, that's not how it is in philosophy. You can have that as your definition, but let's learn real philosophy. And they didn't like that. I mean, there was a lot of pushback. And so a lot of people got upset by that. A lot of people left the GDC. I kicked some people out, but they've held grudges ever since. And it's been 2 to 3 years since it happened, where I said, look, these people are just toxic to me. I do not want to be around them. Unfortunately, you know, things happened with a dear friend of mine who passed away. I didn't want to have anything to do with them because of the way they handled that situation. And so,
which is your option. You are allowed to separate yourself from people and keep your channel and move on and everything, you know, be good to go. So,
and so myself, Reds, and Boolinator, the producer of the Non Sequitur show, we really just distanced ourselves from them. But ever since then, they've basically done nothing but come at me in any ways they can. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is; they'll make it up if they have to.
Yeah.
And so you saw the video that Fiona made about the RA. Reds and Cheshire made a brilliant counter video to that just put her in her place. Just completely shut her down. It's called Colony and Obloquy. And now what's happening is that same group is just basically going to Katie, going to Mel, the scientist Mel, and going to these other people, trying to get them to come after me and obviously now Leslie. Well, we're used to that, but what Katie doesn't realize is she's being played, and she's going to have it affect her channel tremendously.
Yeah, before we go into Katie any a little more too, like, one thing that got me was when I first started to see them pop up. So here's how it happened to me. I see them on Twitter. I see them tagging you and making really crazy type of statements constantly, like XXXLID or XXLID or whatever, Dragnut, these different people, Exiled.
I've never even talked to Exiled in a hangout before. She was Red's friend. She went to Reds and said, hey, Reds, you're friends with Steve. I don't want you to be friends with Steve. He's an RA, blah, blah, blah. And Reds was like, no, it doesn't work that way. You cannot tell me who I cannot be friends with. And she's like, well, she blocked him and just went off the deep end after that. I don't know this person besides from Twitter. I've never talked to her besides on Twitter. And that lasted about a day. And I'm like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, and I would see her making comments to you, literal, like daily, every tweet you make. Crazy criticism. I'll read that in just a second, my dude. Thank you. Crazy criticism. that doesn't make sense. It's illogical, but it's daily. And I started to notice that there was about 7 or 8 accounts, and they did this with everything that came up. So, like, when you started to try to help with that one girl, I forget what happened with all that. It doesn't matter, but you started to help another girl that was that had some issues on either YouTube or a platform.
Mm-hmm.
They start criticizing that for things you weren't doing. You have a guy on your channel to talk about, you know, the stuff that you guys talked about. They look at this guy and say, well, this guy's a bad guy, so you are this, and this, and everybody disagrees, and they're like, look, we don't think Steve is that. He never once was apologetic towards that, so that's literally how you have to become one of those. So sorry, we don't agree with you. But one thing that I noticed, and that's why I made that video, is there is an obvious trend that these guys try to take anything they can and do that. So if they did go to Katie, which we know they did, Katie named them. I said that in the video I did. She names like Fiona, she names Exiled, she names some other people. And Katie says, hey, these women are having these problems with Steve. She doesn't know that they are the same people for years. I have a video that Katie could have watched and literally just saw examples where they come at you. Hey, thanks for joining the Patreon. I'll shout you guys out in just a second. She doesn't know that they've come at you for all these things. And the issue is they make a claim where there would be evidence, but yet there's nothing there. You check their channels, no evidence there. You see 50 videos aimed at you over all this time. No evidence, just people talking. At some point, she needs other people in the community need to realize that it's pretty obvious these people went to Katie and basically got in her ear, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Without question. No, she said she has talked to them. Most of these people.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that.
She's talked to them, and they've told her, you know, Matt, you brought it off just trying to get them people flagged off the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on really quick. Let me read the super chat before we go, or else I won't. So the strike from the UK, how was that possible? Well, it wasn't a strike from the UK. It was just YouTube basically blocked the video in the UK because it could, not because it did, because in a legal sense, it could be argued in front of a judge that there was defamation. And they said to themselves, well, the United States is very loose about that, or very strict about free speech. In the UK, they are not strict about free speech. The video will not be blocked in the United States because if you argued this in front of a judge, it would get thrown out. But in the UK, they may listen, so it will be blocked there, essentially. And it's happened to me before, not over slander or whatever it is. It's happened to me with like a video I did that was this little weird dance at the CERN Collider. They were doing this weird kind of ritual dance, and it got blocked in like 20 countries. So I've seen it happen. But anyway, though, see, here's the thing. That's what I wanted to say to Katie. When I reached out to Katie to want her to come talk, for one, I wanted to let her know, hey, this is why people are... There's a bigger mass of communities that are involving a lot of people that watch you that are disagreeing with you and getting upset with you because of how you acted. I wanted to explain the reasons why that was happening to Katie so she could understand it, because it seemed to me either she didn't understand or she was acting like she didn't understand. But then I wanted to show her, like, look, you're believing people that have no evidence that have falsely accused Steve of literally anything they could for years. So at this point, you know, can you not, Katie, see how this is making you look bad? And it's probably
But they told her what she wanted to hear, and that's all that you need for Katie, right? She's a narcissistic personality disorder that is all about Katie, and she doesn't know these people. She has never really talked to these people. They're brand new to her, right? I've known these people for 5 years. Okay, so there's a huge distinction between my level of knowledge and understanding of what they're capable of and hers. And this is what I'm saying: she got played hard.
Do you think that? Katie, okay, so the striking from Katie started when she started talking to these people. So it's pretty logical to say that they are the ones probably telling her, hey, you need to strike Steve. And, you know, and what's really weird is Kyle also listened to these people back when this, right before he turned on you.
And think about this real quick, Uni. They don't care. They wanted to see Kyle burn too. They don't care if Katie burned. This is a scorched earth thing. They're saying, hey, put this bomb on your chest and go run in the middle of Steve's YouTube channel and then see what happens, kind of thing, right? Because they don't care that they're going down with it as well. Because look what happened to Kyle. Kyle listened to them do the exact same kind of things,
Yeah.
and Kyle got
they kissed.
destroyed because of it.
They kissed Kyle's butt. They tried. They didn't like Kyle. They basically, though, convinced Kyle that he was godly among YouTube and that Steve
Sucked
was
up his
a
personality, just like they're doing.
exactly. So they're very smart about how to manipulate someone. This is actually, there are many people on YouTube like this. There's this guy named FKN Freddy. He is exactly like this. Now, one thing that FK and Freddy and all these other guys have in common, the ones that attack you and him attacking me and other people a lot, they hate the idea of someone succeeding on YouTube. So the more success that any creator gets, the madder that fucking Freddy gets at those creators. And it seems like the more success that you get, the more angry these guys get. It's almost like they didn't get a following on YouTube, so now they want to burn everyone's
they told me
following
I'd never
down.
succeed without them. I mean, they basically said they basically thought I got there on their backs, and I'm like, you're out of your mind.
What? If you would have got there on their backs, they'd have a following right now. They do not.
Exactly. Because I said, look, I thought I want to again. I talked to a very dear friend who did pass, but I was like, I want to build my channels up. I've told them I want to build my channels up. I don't want to be in this thing of just talking about people negatively like they were doing. But that's what they wanted. That's all they wanted to do.
Steve, it's so obvious to see why you decided to leave these people in the dust and walk away from them. Because if they're acting like this now, I could only imagine what they acted like back then. You got me?
They're worse now. They are worse now. I will admit that. Only the fact that now they don't. I mean, I think they'll break laws. I think I've watched them. People from that group call people's work to try to get them, fired. I've watched them literally try to have somebody commit suicide to be that depressed. I mean, there are people that are. These are not stable people that are doing these types of trolling. These are the types of trolls that do not have any empathy whatsoever. They don't care if Katie's going to get burned by all this because she will, because she's
they want
past
Katie.
The line of no return at this point.
Fiona wants Katie to lose her channel because Fiona can't find anyone on YouTube to like her own channel. So it's like no one should succeed, right?
She's ruined her own reputation. Fiona used to have a reputation. She was a PhD in biology, and if she would have just stuck with telling people about biology, she would have been fine. But that's not her thing. She rather try to actively go after people and target them, it seems, and that is not, people don't want that, and so she doesn't have the following that she used to have by any stretch of imagination.
Well, you can see why. She made an entire video where when you stand up on your channel and you say things like, do not go after this person, do not harass this person, and then to have them say a day later that you are engaging in a massive trolling campaign and a harassment campaign, these two things, like, people are smart. The people watching your show are like, Steve would never convince us not to go troll somebody, literally over and over and over again, if he was going out and doing that. You got me? Now, one thing I noticed is that I'd never heard Katie tell people not to troll anyone until she was accused of inciting people to go strike, and then she said that, of course. But the irony is with Katie, whether she meant to or not, whether she was influenced to do this or whether she did it on her own volition, she is now the thing that she claims other people are. She is inciting people to file strikes. Yeah. Exactly.
And can I read your super chat since it's from my friend?
Yeah, definitely. I want them read. Definitely.
All right. Failed at Engineering is my friend from New Zealand, $2. She says, so the strike from UK, how is that possible? Because it was just because.
Oh, I read that one. Yeah. I already read that. Yeah.
Oh, because she said she didn't read
and went through it.
Okay.
Yeah. We did. Yeah. And I think I got another one, though. Let me make sure.
I want to point out something very clearly here. I did a video today on my channel that you can go and look at her, Katie, going and saying a bunch of new bunch of accusations. Like she started telling people in private, I have screenshots in private, that she has said, and also on Instagram, she literally has said that I now associate with Nazis and I associate with white supremacist.
Yeah.
You don't come back from that when you start making those kind of accusations. You don't come back from that in the public opinion, the court of public opinion. You're done. And
well, yeah, it's really messed up accusation. If you're going to accuse somebody of those types of things, you should have evidence to be able to show and not just say it.
Oh yeah, she has none. She has none. Absolutely none. Because I had one person on one time who was a white supremacist, and I had a black supremacist on, and they were supposed to see if they could find mutual, common ground and have a discussion or have a dumpster fire, whatever. But they end up kind of agreeing on ethnostate when me and Kyle were going, no, we don't agree on ethnostate. Stop, no. But to her, she doesn't have any of the context. She doesn't have any of the narrative of the truth. What she has is, oh, Steve have a white supremacist on. That's all she told her audience. And by the way, the lie of omission is a lie. The lie of omission is running narrative. The lie of omission is defamation. It most certainly
Definitely.
is. And the people she's talking about, like she's talking about Scientist Mel, and she'd be like, you know, how I treat women and how I treat this one woman, Scientist Mel. And I'm like, but the fact she's a woman has nothing to do with anything.
Well, that's
Absolutely
demeaning in itself. At some
really
point,
is.
when you act like because Scientist Mel is a woman, Steve is harassing her. At some point, it's like, yeah, well, before you ask yourself that question, Katie, if you're smart, you would say to yourself, you know, would Steve have said the same thing if Scientist Mel was a male? And if the answer is yes, then I'm sorry to say it's
Absolutely
not
would've
the
said
gender that's making the difference here. It's like he's not targeting her gender, Katie.
But
yeah.
but she can't run narrative that way, right? She has to. She's catering to an audience of mostly women that are emotionally led, that are going to buy into this because they're going to sympathize with it, right? And by the way, every one of that group, they may have hated me and they may have talked, you know, mad about me, but none of them backed her claims that I sexually harassed her. Not one of them.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing.
One
Like,
of them.
we can go ahead and throw that. I was very upset by that because that's the type of thing that sticks with people, even if it's false. You can go ahead. You can literally prove to in some cases that where someone's accused of that they didn't do it, and it'll still stick there because it's such a horrible issue.
Not even Fiona,
I'm glad
though. Fiona wrote that that video on RA against me. But she wouldn't even
do it.
Nope.
Yeah, I got definitely, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that we hashed that out now before it got bad, and it would have, if it would have went on, it would have snowballed. And luckily, them coming out and saying, "Katie, you're wrong," stopped it from snowballing. But there's a good point there, and it is, why would Katie tell people that these women are accusing you of sexual harassment when the women themselves they're standing up and saying, "No, we never said that"? Why would Katie do that?
I have an answer to that. You're gonna love this answer. You sitting down?
Yes, I'm sitting down.
Okay, make sure you're sitting down for this. I tell you what, in order to properly answer this question, I'm going to read what Sweet Heathen wrote about it. She says, and by the way, people know that Sweet Heathen and I are kind of dating.
Oh, no,
but,
we know. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. So she says, and so I want to say there's bias, obviously, a little bit, but she says, they told me as a rape survivor, I'm not a real woman and should be silenced because I'm not, because I'm a slave to men.
Because she's dating you, basically, right?
Yeah, she's not a real woman because she, by the way, I've witnessed this in real time and told her, hey, go for it. She has sit there and said, okay, you have stuff against Steve. You have evidence against Steve. You think Steve is this. What do you have for me? She has not once, to this day, received a single solitary credible bit of evidence of any kind, of anything these people accuse me of any regard.
So we can,
at any time.
We can then sum up what we are saying. Yeah, we'll do failed. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll do. Yeah. We basically can then kind of sum up this whole thing about this group of people and say that they are trolls. Because if they're not delivering the evidence but keep claiming to every person under the sun that they have it, which they've done for years. I asked for evidence when they were making claims initially when I didn't know who they were months and months and months ago after I made my first non-sec video and me and you started talking. They popped up and started, pestering me. And I'm like, well, if Steve did that, please send me the evidence and I'll judge him for it. And I didn't get any. So anyway, they're trolls. So that anyone that asks for evidence. So what I would ask the community is that if you ever have somebody stand up, and it doesn't matter if it's Steve, even if it's Katie, for God's sakes. Katie, hear me. I'm sitting here defending you. I'm protecting you on this. I'm protecting everyone. Somebody makes some kind of accusation. And this is something I've said on all my channels since 2016 when I started doing this. You ask for evidence. If it's not there, don't believe it. You got me? When it comes to these types of claims on YouTube. Now, if it's a serious issue, of course, go to the police. Get help and all that. I'm not talking about the serious things. I'm talking about on YouTube. I'm talking about when it comes to trolls claiming things and whether or not someone's a troll. And if someone's going to tell you they have evidence and they don't bother to deliver it, they are trolling you, my friend. That's what they do. They're counting on you to not ask for the evidence or to make up your mind without evidence. That's what they're counting on. Okay, so you got a troll group. They see that you and Katie are having issues. Katie took Kyle's back. Katie said some things. Katie apologizes. Things kind of go under the... They calm down a little bit. Things calm down. And then the troll group starts to buddy up to Katie. And Katie's mods start talking to you. And they see like, well, hold on a minute now. These things that I'm being told about Steve McCray aren't true. The guy's very open. He'll logically talk to me, and he'll pull up the screenshots that I ask for. He doesn't just say that. I remember hearing Katie say something along the lines of, is this high school? Why do we need evidence if this is high school? It's like, they came to you and you were willing to pull up evidence. And because of this, now Katie's gone down the road of believing the trolls. You've gone down the road of showing her moderators that, yes, Katie lied about me. And that's why this situation's hit such a head. The moderators that came to you have sway inside Katie's community. And I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me and thanked me for that video I did the other day and said, like, I didn't know anything about this. Thank you for telling it in a calm, ordered way. And I've made up my mind at this point, and I never ask anyone to do that anyway. You know, hear out what Katie says. Just ask her for evidence, and if she doesn't show it, don't believe it. But where we're at now is it's continuing, and that's why we're talking about it. Why doesn't Katie see that if she stops false striking and if she stops doing this, that this will die down? Why? What is she getting from this, Steve?
It will die down a little bit, but I hate to say it, but I do think she's past the point of no return.
No, for sure.
But
she'll
okay.
always be criticized for this.
Oh,
but, you know,
absolutely,
when it comes to the fire, big things happening in the community, we've got another issue today. You know, strikes are going on. Things are being said. Trolls are out there running rampant right now on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. The troll squad is just loving what's going on. They consider it a victory right now that you got struck and that Katie's under fire.
But I haven't. But this doesn't affect me in any way.
I know that. But they'll celebrate something that's not even true. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
it would die down if Katie stopped listening to the trolls and actually let you guys speak your opinion, even if it's negative towards her. You know, it would die down, I think.
Yeah,
community.
But she thrives in the drama. She has to have this. Again, the reason why she does it is because she knows she's going to have people come to her rescue, right? People are going to go, oh my God, Katie's being bullied. Let's shower her with love and adoration. She can't stop. She has to have that. She's on IG literally 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day. Then on YouTube as well. She has to be on stream all the time because that's where she's getting her entire validation from.
Yeah, I get that. And look, I don't mind how much someone streams as long as they're not accusing people of horrible things and messing with others and stuff, though. It's like that's where it's gone downhill. Like I want this to end, not the criticism. Katie should be criticizing you and you should be criticizing her. I should be criticizing my assistant because he smokes crack all the time. You know, all these things are necessary in the YouTube world. Shut up, Busy. You do smoke crack. Deal with it. But anyway, the thing that sucks is when Leslie can't post, you're getting restricted in certain countries. This is the thing that needs to stop, abusing the system of YouTube and leading a group of people to file strikes. That has to stop.
And by the way, some people have been coming around new to the channel, especially your channel, my channel. And so they've asked, you know, well, how did you get involved in Katie in the first place? Why do you have anything to do with this teen mom person? And
I put it all in my video. Like you guys get ever confused and like you don't get the backstory of this. Stop crying, Busy. You ever don't understand the backstory of this, you can go to my channel. 2 days ago, I posted the complete sum up that goes through, you know, pretty much where this all came from and all that, and why it is this way. And, you know, here's my thing. You guys, while your channel was on fire, non sequitur, you guys, you know, went to Katie, offered her an interview, offered her a spot, you know, basically jump starting her from a blogger into a YouTuber. And I find it disrespectful, in my opinion, unless she's got hard evidence for her to be treating you this way, when she wouldn't be where she's at right now if she wouldn't have went on your show. I find that really disrespectful.
She's admitted that, and she's admitted that we started her. She admitted that my producer showed her how to stream. She admitted that we basically started her career on YouTube. She didn't have a YouTube channel when we got to her, I don't think. It was about the same time. But
well, that's why I asked her to apologize again. I'm like, I'm like, you need to apologize for these things you're doing wrong because the community tracks these things. The community cares about it.
And let me say here, like Sweet Sis said, she says, I can destroy Steve in 5 minutes. I'm just waiting for a reason. Steve keeps me around, and I have to believe it's because he knows as well as I would. He knows well that as I would. And here's the thing. I'm never going to do anything to ever hurt this woman, right? And I'm going to be damn sure that I always make sure that the truth goes out there. But if people if they want to take the best shot at showing her stuff, I say, be my guest. Because I'm the same way.
Solidified. It's everything that I've said was true. They have done me such a solid favor because I have a friend in my life who's one of the greatest people I've ever freaking met of all time that I adore. That
they can't stand that either. The trolls hate that.
This is one reason I got to get that out there. They hate that, but you know what? Thank them for that because that's one good thing that came out of this.
As when I made my main channel, it went up to like 40,000 subs really fast. And I saw what happens as you get bigger. You get people saying things about your channel for whatever reason, right? I think the merit comes when you click on one of those videos and somebody's sitting there and they're saying, UNIRock kicks kittens. And it's like, okay, well, you got a video of him kicking a kitten? No. Well, how did you know this? I just know he did. I think people are smart enough to be like, okay, obviously UNIRock isn't kicking kittens. This is a crazy person that uploaded a video. And as your channel gets bigger, you're going to get more people do that. That's just inevitable. Katie's going to experience this whole thing as her channel gets bigger and bigger. And when she gets, around, she just hit around 40 or 50,000. Eventually, once she's been there a while, she's going to realize you have to ignore that. I mean, if they end up uploading a video of Katie kicking some kittens, maybe she should respond. But my advice to Katie is like, you need to be able to stop making these claims and lying and take it as a lesson and apologize. Because if you walk away without apologizing for the things you've done wrong, that's when it haunts you on the internet. And I like that about the internet. It shows that people are logical. It shows that they want to do the right thing. And typically the greater community does want to do the right thing. And I think that's why people have your back and why Katie's facing this issue.
And I think we proved that to Katie. And I think this is really
My mixer just crashed, Steve. Okay. Audio's back in. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
I think this really scared Katie the other day because Katie did a fundraiser for Ronald McDonald Charity House, and she thinks she got about $70 in like 5 days or something, right? Nothing. And yet I did that fundraiser for Leslie. She got well over $500 in 2 hours.
Well, and that's the thing too. When it comes to people that donate and people that
how much standing behind Leslie, and myself as well,
And she's gonna end up realizing that when you lie on YouTube and you get that reputation, people stop donating. They stop watching all your videos. It's like, what value is someone who gets on YouTube and literally will say anything just because they know that maybe someone will click it, right? Yep. I'm not saying that's what Katie is because I've never seen her commentary on Teen Mom or whatever.
Well, let me give you a little backstory. What she used to do was she used to go to
Steve's low. Hold on, let me turn you up, Steve. Sorry. Go ahead, keep talking.
She used to go to Facebook groups, Reddit pages, and all these other kind of questionable sites to kind of glean stuff for these shows, right? They're all just people talking. She would hear any kind of rumor and she'd put on her show as a fact. The Teen Mom crowd got sick of this. This was way before she even met me. But the reality people got tired of her doing this because she was putting out misinformation. Like she had said that Amber was going to get fired from the show. That never happened, right? That pissed off a lot of people because she's like, oh, sources tell me this. No, her sources are just Reddit. Her sources are Facebook groups. But she was a small timer at that time. But then when she dropped that audio for Amber Portwood and she got some popularity out of it, now she had more people coming to her channel. The people that were before didn't really care if she had the evidence to back up her claims. Now, however, because of all this other stuff, especially going on, now she's being held to a higher standard that she cannot meet. She has basically the Murphy principle in theory has about gone to practice, that you always rise to the highest level of your competence. She's plateaued and gone beyond that level because she's at a playing level now that she cannot handle. And because people now are asking her, well, what is these sources? What is this receipts? And I'll tell you how bad it was. I took a screenshot of her Instagram
because the other day she had said, well, what is this, high school now? I didn't know I needed to bring receipts after literally just saying, I have all this evidence, right? I mean, the same video, she said this. And on her Instagram, she had a folder called, guess what was?
Receipts.
Receipts. Yeah. And do you know what happened after the next day after I tweeted that to that folder?
She probably deleted it, right?
She deleted it.
Well, look, here's my thing. Katie is one. Katie obviously is going to get. She's going to get subscribers. So it's like, is she ever going to learn how to report something and how to do this the right way, or is she forever going to be stuck in this mire of accusations, false claims, and if she keeps it up, it is going to kill her channel. Her channel's already suffering. She usually has a gain of anywhere from 100 to 300 subscribers per day.
She was up to 500 to 900 a day.
Yeah. And
now
but
it's down
lately,
to 100 and flat.
Yeah, lately it's went down to around 200 to 300 about a week or two ago. Now it's down to about 100. Well, in the last few days, she hasn't been gaining anything, right. Which is that reason is there are people leaving. She's still gaining 500 or 600 off of those videos that are getting those views in the background. But there are people that are actively leaving and that are leveling out that number.
I don't think she's gaining that much. I have to disagree. I don't think she actually is. The videos that she already had out there, they're not being viewed as much as they were. And I think that she's tapering out. And plus, she's doing more on Instagram, where she's not making the money she would from like super chats and stuff like that on her other channel. So I think.
Well, I'm only saying that just because she has probably an equal amount of like current views compared to an equal amount of views from old videos. Obviously she's gotten 50,000 subs lately just because she did those popular videos, and they're just sitting in the background there, because I've got a couple of them doing that right now too, and they just bring in 100 an hour, 200 an hour, 500 an hour, and she'll gain a few subs here and there. And so the thing about her space, though, that is why she gains so many subs, is there's not a lot of YouTubers doing that. She was one of the first people, I think, that got on YouTube and really pushed hard to do that type of commentary. Now we're seeing a lot of new channels that are doing it, so she's facing a lot of competition now.
She's tapping out that market pretty fast. It's not as big that people think it is. Now, there is an ex-mod of hers in the live chat. I know who this mod is. I'm not going to tell you, but this person is an actual ex-mod. And they said, that she is willing to come forward as the ex-mod to release the screenshots and video shots of Katie asking for mass troll reporting, and willing to release all unedited screenshots. And I've seen the unedited screenshots. This person is legit. And
I've seen a few myself. Yeah, I've got a few of them from Facebook.
But Katie's like, oh, these are doctored. Oh, BS, Katie. They're not doctored, because I've seen the unedited. I know who this person is, and they were one of your ex-mods. And there's been about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know how many ex-mods have left her already. It's obscene how many people have left this woman once they find out the truth. And people are like, well, Steve, you had to leave you too. You had a mod leave you. You know why I had 2 mods leave me in the last year. One, because I didn't trust them any longer. And I said, you're still coming on the channel, but I don't trust you as a mod. You're hanging out with this other group. And I see some of the things you've been trying to tell them. And you know what? I just can't. I don't trust you. That's it. They turned on me a dime 5 minutes later. Just literally 5 minutes later, turned on me later, and just going on to Discords and talking mad stuff about me. And but that showed that I was right. It showed that my instincts were right? And the time before that, somebody was running a narrative about the fraud thing and just wouldn't let it go. And I'm like, I can't have this around here. Now I've kind of patched it up with that person a little bit, but I've never seen anything like this where her mods are like, we see who you really are now, Katie. Never from any channel ever.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to hope to talk to Katie, is to kind of like get it through to her why this is all going down, because she is kind of playing that like, I'm sorry, Katie, but she's playing the victim card hella bad, and she's trying to kind of be innocent. When you play the victim card, you're definitely trying to have a lot of like play innocent there a lot.
Yeah, that's what Mel does too. So the other person
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The other person that she keeps on saying, well, Scientist Mel has the same problem. Well, Mel does the same thing. She plays victim. She starts an argument that she cannot win because she doesn't have the ability to do so. And then she'll go to DMs and she'll ask people in DM to go basically white knight for her. But she does it.
I saw that.
Language, right? You saw the videos we did on this. She uses what's called escape hatches. She uses non-directives, they're called in speech act theory. So she can say, well, I didn't ask him to go do this. Not directly, but they're indirect things that of clear intention, So they're called non-directives is what they're called. And she's done this to too many people. She did it to me, and I recognized what it was, and I'm like, no. And then she did it to my friend Nick. He made a video that is not public, but people do know about it. And
Nick come talk.
Yeah,
Nick Suter. I want him to come talk if we can get him over
did
here.
You watch the video, by the way?
I haven't seen his video on it yet. Somebody sent me the link and then I closed it, so now I don't have it. Damn it! But I need to get it again. But I did see.
It's bad.
Oh.
It's bad. I mean, it's a great video, but it's very disturbing.
It's bad on them, yeah. And then
so bad.
He did like a blog page. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's this really awesome page that he did that broke down a lot of it, and I wanted to pull it up actually when I did my video, and I had to cut like 12 to 15 or 12 minutes out of that video that I made because it was just going on forever, and it would have taken another day.
Two, what are you going to include in part 2? Because again, you could do a part 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of people are going to be picking this up now. Now that she involved Leslie Bass, bad mistake, Katie, bad mistake.
Well, you know, when I get into a zone on a video, I go into a weird trance like state, and me and Busy become one in the video. 12 hours later, I wake up in a pile of my own vomit, and I got a video that I'll upload. So I don't know. I'm stupid, dude. I'm sorry. You know, I have no clue yet. I'll definitely include this thing about the UK, the false strike. I'm very passionate against misusing the copyright and the community guideline system, because honestly, my main channel on YouTube would have been if I did math on my stream back in 2017. And I calculated how many subscribers and views I was gaining for an hour. And I went into a 24-hour period after the strike hit, and I would have been above 100,000 subscribers back then. So you could only imagine, you know,
same as
I would have been more successful. Exactly. And it all was due to false people misusing the copyright and community guideline system. Luckily, I flipped out on YouTube. I emailed them. I communicated with them, and I made this channel, and I got a hold of YouTube and said, you know, your channels can't grow. The channels have to be able to not, when you get these people misusing the system, there has to be a protection. And I don't know if they ever helped me, but I was having videos go down for strikes weekly, and then all of a sudden it stopped. So it was almost like YouTube was like doing something to help with it. But you know, Leslie is a new channel. That's what I thought might have happened with your channel. YouTube's used to you getting all these reports. You know, you got this hater club that reports all your videos every time you do a video. And, you know, they're sick of making their people watch these reports. They're sick of people that are giving these false reports. So I think that's why, yes, you got reported as much as Leslie Bass did. But because of your channel being reported so much in the past, your videos stayed up, whereas Leslie never being reported in the past, it went down. Yeah.
I'm a whitelisted. By the way, I'm going to put the unveiling the mask of Katie Joyless YouTube channel in the YouTube live feed. Again, go check out her videos. And again, I know who this person is. I showed it.
Yeah, I showed her channel earlier. She's got some good stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like I said, but I this person is a good person, and they do great documentaries. So go subscribe to this channel. They're at 792. I mean, come on, we can at least get into like 1,000. But you know me, I like helping channels out. This is what I do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I am the kind of person that spent years building things up just to watch other people try to tear it down. That's all I do.
Yeah. And that's, I think, the why we see that the people that tear down, they end up just sitting around hanging out with their 2 or 3 other trolls on their channels for the rest of, 8, 9, 10 years later on YouTube. They still have the same amount of subs, and they're still doing this trolling crap, whereas other people are morphing their content, making creative content, entertaining their audience, giving them a show that they actually enjoy, and I do think that's the difference. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions about this situation. I'm gonna do my interview thing because I want to.
I'm so scared. Please don't. No.
I want to go, do what I normally do for a guest and ask you. So let's do that. Right. Audience, sit back and relax with me and Steve McCray. We are going to try to figure out what we can do on this crappy situation. Next on UNIRock Live. Let's go. All right. So one thing that I hate about situations like this is that they go on for a lot of drama, a lot of nastiness. I'm one of those dudes. I'm all about, trying to make our community space a little bit better. And one thing I think that would help is to finally start talking about, to some degree, the troll group that's there. And I know I have to bring up one of them. And I know, Steve, that you don't like talking about these guys, but we're talking about them in the just for 2 seconds. I want to name one of them and make a good point to the audience while I've got a lot of Steve's peeps here. There's a dude, Nate Brody, and he went on, I said this on Steve's channel, I haven't said it on my channel. He went on another channel that had like 150,000 subs, Viva Frey Vlogs. And he sat there and just talked about how he'd committed all these crimes and he was all these really bad things about his past. I don't judge people. I'm not going to sit and judge Brody and say, oh, I can never trust you now. But seeing the way he comes at you and the way he lies about you constantly, I can take what I know about what he said there and see that I should never give Brody another bit of my trust, my time, or anything ever again. What can we do to help the community? One, get over when people make these crazy claims, get the answers they need. You give it to them, right, Steve? When someone reaches out to you and they say, hey, Steve, somebody told me this happened, you sit down and talk to them and you give them every piece of evidence you have, right? Correct?
Yeah, but there's also a downside to that. And the downside is that the trolls know that I do that. So they're constantly coming up with new stuff, knowing that it's just going to waste my time when people are coming to me and I have to defend myself. And so,
what if you did a blog? Like,
well,
maybe
that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to do something along that. Well, it's more than that. Not just a blog. I now have enough people that have enough videos where I just link them to like Nick Newsuiter's blog. I just the page. I don't go into that much detail because an accusation is merely an accusation. Show me the evidence, we'll have a conversation. But if somebody just says, hey, Steve, I heard that you kick puppies, I'll be like, well, it's bullshit. Have a nice day. I mean, what do you want? I'm not going to spend much time on that. But
that's what I'm asking. What can we do to make it to? Because I know that like when I'm doing edited video, when I'm doing live streams, I prep them and it takes hours. But when I'm doing edited videos, it takes days. So it's like I'm doing a lot of edited videos now. I wouldn't be able to. I haven't checked my email in days because of how busy I've been. So anyway, my point is, there's got to be a way that you can, and it's happening. I did a video that kind of handles a couple of them. I know other people are working on videos right now to be able to show some of this. So that blog that Nick did, dude, Nick is a friend, dude. He is your friend. He loves you.
I love him.
And he's so unbiased with it. Like his blog is accurate and evidenced, and that's the kind of stuff I like reading. I don't care what it's about, even if it's about Star Wars or something. If it's evidenced and accurate, I'm down. And Nick did that. And by the way, you guys should sub to him.
Oh yeah, and he never went out of his way to spin anything. He was like, tell me what it is, the raw truth. He was like telling these groups, just like Sweet Heathen has asked him, just as you have asked him, just like anybody who's run into them has asked, where's the evidence, and got bump kiss every single time.
Well, and so we've got that now. Luckily, like, people are stepping up and talking about this, and now people can have an advantage I didn't have, because like I said, I talked to you, I met you, I knew you were from NonSec, and I'd covered that story of Kyle, that video, Death of NonSec, and then all of a sudden I'm inundated with these guys like, you don't want to talk to Steve because he did this. So anyway, giving the community a resource is probably the best idea, right?
Yeah, I just don't know. We had a wiki page at one time, not on wiki, but on Fandom Wiki. We had a complete rundown of all the players on the Great Debate community. It was 200, 300, 400, probably 500, I think, maybe pages long. I have it downloaded, but I don't know how I'm going to utilize that data. But it's hard to have a repository because there's just so much involved anymore. It has gone to the point where there's no one video that could ever talk about all the crap that we've had to deal with. And so it's an amalgamation of things between my channel, your channel, and all these channels that are keeping records of Katie. I don't know any one solution, but I will tell you that people that have looked into the people making these allegations, like you mentioned, Nate Brody, who was in the Great Debate community that I kicked out, but they neglect to mention that I brought him back literally 5 minutes later.
Well, yeah, and that's
later, right? But it gets worse because he's somebody who didn't know philosophy very well. he had a guy named Dr. Alex Malpass, another guy named Burt Pohl, and another guy named Ozymandias Ramses II, all show him how bad he was, and he was embarrassed by this. He didn't like that, and I think ever since that point, he just has lost it and had this hate boner for me like you've never seen before. And he came onto my Facebook page. He was trolling me. He was trolling Bullinator, my producer, and I had enough. I'm like, I'm gonna block you on the Facebook page as well. Immediately, he started making fake names to come back on my Facebook page.
Oh, and he's done it ever since. You know, when you get somebody that has...
He hasn't done that ever since on my Facebook page, but this is the kind of character that I'm talking about. And he did analysis on the court thing that I had with Kyle. I could tell you right now,
horrible analysis.
Pretty much every single.
Well, that's how I found him, right? So I'm searching for people that are responding to the non-sec issue because I'd done a video on it, and this is before I'd even talked to you much. And I see Brody's doing it, and I'm like, oh, another person weighing in on this. Awesome. And I listened to it, and I'm like, has this guy... First thing I thought, has this guy not seen the Death of the Non Sequitur show? So I made a video and targeted it towards Brody and was like, dude, what are you doing? You're wrong here. But the weirdest thing happened, Steve. Instead of him admitting that he had taken Kyle's side, misrepresented a lot of stuff, you could tell that he'd seen the Death of the Non Sequitur show, and that's why I was so confused. He'd seen that. He'd heard Kyle admit these things, but was unwilling to face Kyle in the way he was facing you. When I called him on that, he tried to pretend like he wasn't taking Kyle's side and that he was unbiased, and now I'm gonna ream Kyle after that. And it was so obvious what the guy was doing. I called him on it.
Well, Nate played Kyle hard. He gave him such crappy advice. Again, he's part of that troll groups that gave Kyle so bad advice.
Yeah.
Another one was Keon, by the way, who is now a mod for Katie.
Oh yeah, well that's the
Keon.
guy. Okay.
Yeah. You know, Keon,
I have a hard time figuring out who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just kick them when they come around. It's
but
if a Steve McHater enters my chat, ban them, please, mods. You get 10 uni points when you ban them.
So Keon
get
is
a foot rub.
Derek Raw. He had 2 of my transgender friends banned from Twitter. He goes around looking to actively try to ban people. He gave.
Well, I don't hang with people like that.
Yeah,
I don't hang with them.
I have
so like you start playing the game with the copyright system and banning and stuff, and like you're in my Discord or something. I'll ban you right there and be like, anti-free speech goes bye-bye around here, bitches. I'll say dumb shit when I ban them too. Like,
I hate to put them on the spot because it's a little late tonight, but I think one of these days you should have Sweet Heathen on your show.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
And from her experience as a woman, trying to like talk to Mel and getting the pushback. Unbelievably so, because they were trying to tell her, you need to stay away from Steve. Steve's the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, so I need to know what I'm getting myself in for. I'm flying 3,000 miles to meet this guy that I've, been kind of, somewhat dating or hanging out with at least online for about a year. And she's like, if you have something, please tell me. And they told her basically piss off when she started asking for evidence.
Well, and that's like, the thing. That's why Mel... One good thing about this, when Nate Brody's a lawyer, he has equipment to broadcast on YouTube, makes videos, and could probably have a good following on YouTube, maybe, if he had the skills to do it. I don't know if he does, but he's damned. He's damned now because like when a subscriber finds your channel, they're gonna find videos made that are against you, and when they click them though. With Nate Brody, you're going to have video filled with evidence after video filled with evidence again, showing what he's done. And that's the thing that damns you on this. And that's why I always say, like, look, identify these trolls, prove what they've done in a video, put it out, and then move on and just smash them, right?
But Uni, this is what I have to get across to you. When it comes to these groups of trolls, they do not care. All they want...
You block them, right? You block them on Twitter and shit?
Nate is a clickbaiter. He has even told me he uses clickbait. He doesn't care.
Oh, he lies. He just straight lies in his videos.
This is why I don't mention him often, to give him attention, because that's all he wants. He'll make a video he'll know is wrong just if people come watch it. He's told me this.
Oh, no. Yeah, he did that to Viva Frey. Okay, wait. Let me find it. Viva Frey, he's actually a really good YouTuber, this dude. He's got 131,000 subs. I watch him sometimes. He's a lawyer, and he breaks down legal things, and he had Brody on. And you can look at Viva's face, dude, while Brody's talking to him, and he's like, you could tell he's starting to have it process in his head. Did I just get trolled talking to this dude?
I never saw that. Yeah.
Viva, you got trolled, buddy. It's the lowest video that's ever been on Viva's channel, by the way. lowest view video having
Mhm.
Brody, because Brody just talked about himself for an hour and 20 minutes. It's like, why, Viva? Like, who is this guy? Even
Because
like,
he's
that'd be
trying
like-
he's trying to ride the coattails. And
well, he duped Viva into having him on. He tried to tell
Yeah.
Viva he's doing this and
he
doing
duped,
this and doing
well,
this. And
he duped Nick too. He was on In Time. And
Yeah.
that's not going to ever happen again, I don't think.
and that's my point. You know, like, who knows? He might have been on my show, because back when the non-sec thing popped off, I would have let another creator come on to talk about it. And if I could have found another creator whose breakdown I was like, oh, sweet, and reached out to him and set it up. And God forbid if I would have had him on, that would have sucked. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm just saying, you know, YouTube has this habit. It does suck when you do. That's why I was suggesting a blog, because when you do a video, 3 months later, one thing these guys do, and like the Q clickbaiters do it, the people in that conspiracy, the pizza guys do it, all these stupid, the Flatties do it like crazy. What they'll do is when they know that they're getting busted for something, they like flooding YouTube with a bunch of crappy, you know, contentless videos, so that, you know, they might push all the commentary on them to the ground. So yeah, blog or something would maybe something we can share on Twitter.
I'll tell you what, I will probably do something like that. I know somebody else is writing a tell-all.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say.
I wasn't allowed to bring it up, but you did, so I'm talking about it. I'm not going to say who it is.
I'm not bringing up the person's name.
I won't either. Yeah, me either.
Okay, but I will say that somebody is writing a tell-all.
Well, they're not just writing a tell-all. I'm talking.
It's a novel. It's a freaking novel.
It's like the ultimate expose of the damn century.
Yeah, so
it's going to be magnificent.
I will write something similar to these, from my point of view, because it's funny, because I know two other people that are going to write something similar, and there seems to be a consilience, obviously, between all these stories. You know why? Because we're all telling the same story. We all had it happen to us. We all lived it.
Oh yeah, I didn't say this. Brody deleted that video that I called him out for, by the way. It's like gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are looking at me like, what? Did what?
He's a retro conner. Again, he doesn't retconner. He doesn't care. But that's fine. I go with God. I don't care a damn thing about Nate Brody, because again, we used to be close. I used to have his cell phone number. I'd call him and we'd talk. And he basically lied to me, screwed me over hard, and I'm like,
Steve, you know, you want to know what this is, dude?
I trusted
you
him.
know,
I actually trusted him one time. I really did.
There are people in this world that do not have morals. They don't care to do the right thing. They fear no hell. They fear no judgment. They fear nothing. You got me? I don't know why. Because, you know, even the most hardcore believer in God will admit, yeah, he might not exist. And even the most hardcore atheist will say, hey, he could exist. So it's like, but these guys fear nothing.
I'm not ethical because of what I think is out there. I'm ethical
exactly.
because I think it's the right thing to do. And
me too.
This is why I've grown, is because they can't go after me because I have been ethical. And that's why their reputations have gone to crap. And by the way, I'm so glad that they've thrown all these, you know, knives at me and stuff, because it has made me stronger, made my core group stronger, but at the same time it exposed them to being the true unethical trolls that they are. So
my main channel would have not gained 40,000 subs if I wouldn't have gotten so much hate from all those people that were jelly or pissed or whatever, you know, that when I smashed their conspiracy. It's like that for every time. Even if a video like an expose video makes somebody look really bad with evidence, sometimes they'll gain subs off of it just because they'll get other trolls like, hey, here's a troll channel to hang out with. But no, what I was saying was, in the back of someone's mind, even if they don't give a shit about being ethical, there'll be that little thing back there that tries to like stop them from being shitty all the time. And these guys don't, well, that too, but these guys just don't. I was saying like the fear of hell, a conscience, whatever it may be.
They don't care.
They just don't have that. Yeah. And so yeah. And like I was saying, my thought process is to, you know, figure out how to resolve it. And the community wants content. They want videos. They want us, you know, doing awesome stuff. So, you know, smashing these fools, figuring out, and I think that will do it. That tell-all that's coming out, and from the little bit that I was told about it, it will fully expose these guys with everything from, you know, video evidence to texts and stuff. So yeah, I think it'll be going away soon. At least, yeah, they'll still be there screaming at the top of their lungs, but the effect that they'll have won't be as much now that they've been identified and they're going to be exposed for.
There's always that Streisand effect kind of thing, and this is why there's certain people I don't ever talk about.
because I don't even want to have the chance of people like, going to give them support. Although if they watch their videos, that's fine. I really do like when they go watch some of these people's videos and they go, God, what the hell is this crap? And they go, hey, Steve, what the hell was that? I'm like, you tell me, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, it's like
I don't
1 a.m. here, bro. What is it, midnight where you're at?
10 o'clock.
10? Oh my God, you're in Cali?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were in that time zone over there. Damn, dude, I thought you were in Central.
No,
You're lucky, bro. Damn, you still got like 4 hours before it gets late.
I've been up for like 2 days. I'm dead tired. I'm gonna be going to bed here in a second. I kind of got my train of thought about not giving them attention because they do want to ride the coattails, right? But here's my thing. I could lose my channel tomorrow. I can, whatever I have to do to survive. But one thing they will not take away from me is the friendships that I've made and the friendships that I made with Sweet. That means more to me right now than anything that these. I'm not going to say it because I want your video to get definitely demonetized. But I have some choice words you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
About these people. Nothing they can do can affect that.
Well, that's good because you've got Sweet, you've got your friends, they've got like the 2 other trolls that hang out with them, and I think everybody can have their following, have their friends, have their family, and move on and be happy here. So, but that'll never happen with the trolls, will it?
Nope, it won't. And by the way, thank you, UNIRock, for all this. You've been very objective.
Anytime, buddy.
I can vouch for you that you got, like, even the first thing that I saw you do, you got, I don't know, it's like 95% right for the, but there were some issues, but you were more than happy to go, oh, tell me what I got wrong so I can fix it. And you did. It wasn't even an issue. You didn't get mad about it. You didn't go, why are you criticizing me? You didn't go, oh, I don't ever make mistakes. It was,
it's a level of speed versus detail. How much detail do I want to know versus how long does a video take? So yeah, I always assume that maybe 5-10% of anything I put in a video, not completely wrong, slightly inaccurate here or there, but I always update stuff. I mean, hell, half my content is me updating stuff. So.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying that you're willing to revise, you're willing to fix things, and
when you have a channel. Standard. Thank you. Yeah, you too, man. And when you got a channel that does a lot of live streaming, you got a lot of live reaction. So you're seeing someone's reaction when they first learn of something and have none of the detail. Like with me saying that one chick was 16 or whatever, under the age of 18, whatever, the teen mom, thinking the teen mom's name was Chelsea. You got me? Little things like that happen. And that's what I think that would really help Katie if she really wants to be a reporter. I don't know. Yeah, look, I say I'm technically a reporter too. But I also sit around and argue with a fake piece of bread that runs my soundboard all night, every night. So it's like, am I a reporter? I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is, though, the mistakes that are being made, I would hope Katie could eventually, even let's say at the end of this, let's say in a week when it's over, whatever, however long it takes to get over, maybe she'll look back and say, you know what, I'm not going to admit it, but I need to stop doing that. And that's what I hope to do, because I always have that goal in my head when I interact. So I was hoping I could do that for Katie. Unfortunately, she labeled me a troll and blocked me, ironically.
Unreal. Yeah, it's like, you know what? It probably could
I'm the nicest dude. I don't know how she'd do that.
Well, what are 2 things? Would have helped her to come on to talk to you at the same time. You're a lot like me. You don't take BS, and you know that I will grill somebody to get to the answers. And I'm sure that if you need to, you will as well. And I think she's scared to death of that because she doesn't have the answers to give.
Suck it up, Busy. Sorry, Steve. Sorry.
All right.
It's Busy.
I'm gonna
was
go to
crying.
bed here, guy.
All right, buddy.
Again. And by the way, thanks for the live chat here, guys. And there's a couple X mods in the live chat. They're supporters.
Hey guys,
of you now,
glad to have you.
So,
hey,
congrats.
Versus mode. That's what I'm talking about. Watch my versus mode. You'll love it.
All right.
All right, Steve.
Peace,
thanks,
UNIRock.
dude. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you, bud.
All right, late. Okay, that was Steve McCray. There's his name of his channel right there. This is him being blocked in England, but hell, that would suck. I love you guys over in England. You make up a pretty good chunk of my views. So yeah, I hate it when this happens. And my goal to talk to Katie was to let her know, like, yeah, Katie saw all this. My Twitter was every piece of evidence I found that would have been verifiable that was either towards Katie or Steve was going to go on my Twitter. Like, I'm not trying to not piss Steve off here. When I did the video, versus mode, I would have put evidence that Katie had against Steve up there on my Twitter front page. The problem is when I went in, I'm looking for stuff that Katie's claiming about. I looked at the claims, as you saw with the video versus mode. I have a process that I go through, and people in my Discord help me, so we can cover the whole, like, big portions of the internet in a short amount of time. And if I would have had a complaint from Katie towards Steve that would have been validated with something, I would have put it on the front page of my Twitter. But the problem was she wouldn't talk to me, so I couldn't get her help for it, and there wasn't anything I could find. Does it mean Steve's done nothing wrong here? No, I will criticize Katie and Steve right now in a little bit of a sum up, and I'll talk about things that each of them have done wrong, even though with Steve, there's not a lot more than just an opinion of how he could have handled something, and why is it my place to give that, right? There's only maybe one or two things I could say, but I will be fair, even with my biggest enemy. I always bring up Pamphlet Anon. He's this dude that runs this channel that he basically gamed the YouTube algorithm, lied about a conspiracy theory, posted a bunch of fake posts to 8chan, pretended to be QAnon, and then got a 60,000 subscriber YouTube channel where he does the news, the conspiracy on it. Anyway, and I interviewed that guy and talked to him like he was just a normal human being, because it doesn't matter if we don't like somebody or doesn't get along with them. Reporters don't like every band they interview, every person they interview. I'm not a reporter. I'm a YouTuber, but I do report things. You got me? So my point is, of course I could have talked to Katie, been unbiased, given every detail she said to you in versus mode, and it would have benefited the video greatly. Not from my side. It wouldn't have got me more views if I would have talked to Katie. It would have just helped people understand Katie's side. Even let's say Katie lied to me through the whole damn thing and gave me a bunch of fake shit. People still would have understood, oh, Katie's lying because she's scared of something, or she's scared of her channel and reputation, whatever it may have been. I would have been able to detect the thing that is driving Katie to do the things that she did. I would have been able to detect it if she would have talked to me, and that was my goal. Yeah, figure out why this is happening. And I hope Steve gets that too, because I see Steve sometime looking at me sideways like, why are you doing that? What, like me and him were in Discord the couple days ago when I was working on versus mode, and he was like, you're going to interview Katie? And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I'm going to interview Katie on my channel if she wants. Yes, because I give that opportunity to the people that I put in my videos. You get me? Anyway, I got a lot of stuff to talk about, y'all. I was only going to get Steve on for like 10 or 20 minutes, man. Anyway, yeah, Steve's very fiery about this, and that's why I want to help him resolve this. Steve, in my opinion, let me just go ahead and do the sum up and both sides, give you what I think. After talking to Steve, after looking into this, after doing the video, let me give that all to you, and then we'll move on, because I got other stuff to show you, so definitely. Anyway, basically, I think that Katie Paulson is very afraid of thinking that she's going... Here's what it is, guys. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I've been in Katie's place. Katie is a person that joined YouTube and went from having very low subscribers to very high subscribers in a very short amount of time. Same thing happened to me on my main channel over here on UNIRocktv. Went from very low subscribers for a year all the way up to 30-some thousand subs, tipping 40 in under 2 months. I just blew up. And I know what it's like. And yes, it does suck. I lost it because I lost it. I lost my main channel on purpose because I decided to create a new channel and start over here on UNIRock 2. But I do know what it's like to lose a channel, and I do know the fear you have of losing what you've gained. It's rare to gain subscribers on YouTube. It's rare to be able to keep views. It's rare to keep an audience, and that is driving Katie Paulson to do these things she's doing. Is it an excuse? Fuck no. She's an adult. Does it make things better for her? Oh no, it makes it worse because it's a very petty reason to do what she's doing. Katie, please hear me out. I know, I don't know, maybe you're watching. If I was you, and I do think you would, I think you're watching right now. I think that. Hear me out before you click away. This thing, YouTube is an awesome thing, but it's just people. That's what you forget when you get that number to come so fast. You forget these text messages that pop up in the live chat. The people, the views, that number that's there. It's not a number. Those are people. Yes, some people are just clicking and moving right on. Some people might watch for a second and go quick. But other people say they stay. It's not this thing that you can manipulate. It's not this thing that you can dictate. It's not something that you can force. The only thing you can do is to do your best at it and try to be the same person you are truly on this screen if you want to have a chance. If you want to have even a chance at a chance. And for some reason, I feel like at home with your husband and your kids, you're probably a great person. So there's a disconnect. Something, maybe the fear, maybe the thought of losing this thing you have now that you love, because I love it just as much as anyone else. Maybe that's driving you to do this. Steve's not a lesser person. The people that watch you aren't, I'm not saying you think they are, but you are treating Leslie and Steve like they're lesser people. We have to fight for things like the right for our criticizers to criticize us as equally as we would fight for our right to criticize others. And those types of things that we do, I think will be that's the determinator whether you're going to succeed or whether you're going to fail on this platform, right? Look at PewDiePie. People will talk shit about him all day, but if you actually go watch him, he's one of the best dudes out there you're going to fucking meet. He's cool as hell. He gave me $500 once. I didn't ask him to. He's cool as fuck. No joke. Go find the clip. He gave me $500 once. My point is, regardless of how scared you are of having something negative come out, it's not going to hurt your channel because you made a mistake. It's going to hurt your channel when you don't apologize for making that mistake and you don't correct what you've done. Katie, you got to fix this, or your YouTube channel will eventually die off. It's going to happen. Not a threat. That's just the way of the internet. Steve, in my opinion, has been targeted by a group of trolls because those trolls can't stand that Steve McCray is succeeding. Those trolls can't stand that Steve can do what they can't. And those trolls want Steve, with 200 subscribers on a small YouTube channel, doing their bidding forever. They never thought Steve would flip him off, tell him to fuck off, and ride off into the sunset and gain subscribers and gain a YouTube following. These guys never thought that. And since he has it now, they do anything in their power to hurt the guy. So I would hope that my whole point of asking Steve, like, what can we do here? It's because whether we can do things that will resolve this faster. That we can do things that will stop this, you know? It's not a hopeless situation. It can't be. And if it is a hopeless situation, then what the hell are we even talking about it for? If these guys are hopelessly locked in troll mode forever, the best thing to do is to just block them every time they pop up and never mention them again, no matter how much they shit on you and no matter what you say. Because one thing about a troll, let's say a troll goes around and says that you're an R apologist, right? Because they want you to respond. The next thing that they accuse you of is going to have to be worse than the last to get your attention. And they're always going to accuse more and more and more forever. Here's what you do, man. From the community side, you ignore them. But when it comes to Steve, and I hope that there's something he can do with the help of Nick, with my help, with the people that want to hang with him, want to help him, want to be on non-sec with him, want to have him on their channels, that want to create with them. I hope that we can figure out the best way to handle this and handle it. And I mean like tomorrow, and then put out the bomb diggity fire content that we do and light this platform on fire like we have. You know, keep giving our viewers what they want. Because I don't think our viewers, as much as people will watch when these things happen, this isn't what they want. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not what the community wants. The community does not want us to have to deal with these trolls and to deal with this shit happening. Now, when it comes to like Katie Paulson or a godless engineer or a bigger creator doing these kind of things, handle that shit all day long. But when it comes to these guys with 20 subs who like to go around accusing people of the most vile things with no evidence over and over and over every day of their lives because they hate themselves, I think we should figure out a way to permanently ignore them, you know? And yeah, they do make sock accounts. And, you know, what I do is when I get trolled by someone, right? Let's say like 4 or 5 people want to troll me and they're mad because I make money on YouTube. Every time somebody jumps in my chat giving me shit about making money on YouTube, we block them. We figure out what they're doing and we just block those people, regardless if they are those trolls or not. You got me? It works. And I always tell you guys, oh, I forgot to say this because, man, Steve gets on fire about this topic. I want to have a nice slow roll, a nice good convo on this. Anyway, somebody was in the chat saying, Uni, I got kicked from your chat. Uni, why am I getting timed out? If you get kicked and you're one of my viewers, email UNIRocktv@gmail.com. Understand this. It's hard for the mods to determine if somebody is trolling others or what they're doing. So especially when there's this group after Steve that are in my chat right now. Guaranteed. You got me? My mods want to, you know, kick those people that are doing this to Steve, right? And doing this to anyone. So if you do get kicked and you're one of my viewers, just email me. I'll go into my community settings and unblock you in a heartbeat. I usually just don't unblock the same person more than once, just to let you know. So anyway, if it's an accident, hit me up. I'll do it for you. But don't get mad because I block people in my chat. Do you see how fast this sucker moves? You want to know why my chat moves like a 100,000 subscriber channel, but I only got 15K over here? Because we kick the trolls out of our chat. We have a rule. Our chat rule is don't be a dick. You're not just going to get kicked over here for, you know, whatever. If you're being a dick to someone else in the chat, you're going to get kicked. Not for disagreeing, not for like discussing something or arguing. No, for being a dick, for being rude. You're going to get kicked. And if you do that, other creators, your chat will pop off like mine. Guaranteed. Anyway, so my advice to Steve, fix this now. Not fix it as in solve the problem. Fix it like figure out what you got to do and let's make some bomb diggity content. In fact, regardless if we even get it fixed tomorrow or not, let's set a designated amount of time, let's say like 2 weeks, where we say no more talking about anything but good content and making good content, and then we'll come back to lighting these guys on fire after that. That's my suggestion, because, you know, that's what we want to do on these channels, is put out the bomb diggity shiz for you. Okay, and then do I have any criticisms of Steve? Just that, yes, these guys do sucky things, but the only attention that they ever get is if you talk about them. If Katie has to be labeled a troll because she will not stop lobbing accusations and she will not stop accusing people of things with no evidence, then she must be labeled a troll and blocked and ignored. I'm telling you, dude, because if you don't block, what does a troll want? The last thing I'm going to say about this, and we'll move on, because we got some Flatties to make fun of. I haven't made fun of a Flatty in weeks, and I'm freaking out. I'm just kidding. Here's the last thing I'll say. There is a thing that a troll wants. You know what it is? Jelly. Every troll, all they want is jelly. And every time you even glance in their direction, they get a little drop of jelly. They call jelly trolls. And you can get rid of jelly trolls just as easy as having an exterminator spray for roaches. You know how you do it? You stop giving them jelly. You don't just stop talking to them. You stop looking in their direction. They end up getting bored, and they definitely will find somebody else to troll instead of you and your following. And I'm telling you guys, I have exposed some of the dumbest people on the internet on my run over the last 3 years. And every one of my trolls has moved on to troll someone else, have they not? So damn true, right? I have the cure for your troll problems. Now let's do something fun, damn it. We got content to get to. No, you're right. Yeah, without any crystal balls, I definitely wasn't, I wouldn't ignore, I would do what you're doing in exposing Katie when she does dumb things. I'm just talking about me, Steve, you know, after he resolves this with Katie, him to ignore her. I don't think you should ignore her because you're doing a valuable thing. You're taking any of her accusations and lies and archiving them. And if you're not following Without Any Crystal Balls on Twitter, and you are a person in that community of people that watches Katie or watches others, follow Without Any Crystal Balls on Twitter, because what that Twitter has done is given a resource for anyone that wants to say to themselves, you know, there's a huge... People that find a channel on YouTube have no clue about what's going on in the background. I'm subscribed to Layman Gaming. Let me show them to you because they're badass. They're awesome. Layman Gaming, right here. I'm subscribed to them. If these guys were in the background doing some crazy shit like Katie, I wouldn't know. I would unsub from them if they were, right? But I wouldn't know. So if I went to Twitter and found like Without Any Layman Gaming account that detailed all the dumb shit they've been doing in the last month, that would be a valuable resource to me. So definitely was not speaking to you, and I hope, please don't take it that way. You're doing a great thing. All right.
It's a wide heaven.
And mods. I left you guys a message to my mods in Discord, and you guys are doing great tonight. I will not judge any of you for anyone that you kicked, or if you did anything like kicked somebody on accident. Don't worry or anything. It's a hard night when you got troll groups in your chat trying to get attention. But remember, what is a troll in a live chat? What are they doing? Have you ever seen like a 2-year-old and the parent's busy and they're like, stop, leave me alone. I'm busy. I'll play with you. I will play Legos in an hour. Go play with your Legos. I'm doing something right now. And they stand there and go, Legos. That's what the trolls are doing. And that's what trolls do in a live chat. So mods, I know it's annoying and you've done a great job tonight. Legos. Shut up, Busy. God, you're annoying. You're like a 2-year-old. And I don't know what this is, but Lisa found it, and I thought, you know, maybe some of you guys that watch Without a Crystal Ball, if you're still in here, maybe you would be interested in this. I'm interested in this because somebody is suing another content creator, and I follow those kind of stories here. I don't know who Jacqueline Savage is, but her parents threatened to sue someone else over R. Kelly's Patreon account audio recordings. And it is R. Kelly and Jocelyn Savage might not be behind a bogus Patreon account, but her parents don't want anyone claiming that they started it either, and they're suing over it. Timothy and John Jalen Savage have fired off a cease and desist letter earlier this week to a blogger, Tasha K, claiming she's been defaming the couple with several social media posts regarding R. Kelly, Jocelyn, and her family. Why does this relate to Katie's story? It's another person that blogs on the internet or has a YouTube channel that's making false statements, and they're going to get sued because of it. That's some good shit. That's some good shit. Sorry, it is. Nice catch, Lisa. Thank you. And before we start, but I know that it's late and people are going to start rolling out of my chat soon. And before that happens, I want to share Leslie Bass's YouTube channel. And I hope Leslie will come talk on my show sometime soon. I'd love to have Leslie come and tell her story. She was a fixture in my last video versus mode between Steve and with Katie. So I'd love to have her come tell her side of it and maybe give her experience or whatever, because she's got subscribers. People like her channel. She gets the views, okay? She gets some views. She's doing great. And I do think she's going to have a big channel as long as Katie stops false striking her, right? All right. I just want to make sure I say that. Please subscribe to Leslie. She does some good content. Oh, UNIRock, you thought... I thought you stopped criticizing Flat Earth dum-dums. It's been a fresh week running around the streets of Flat Town. I haven't had anyone to laugh at my ding-dongery. I'm back, JM Truth. I'm back, and I'm here to make fun of you again. No! Busy, will you please stop writing those stupid bits and putting it on our teleprompter? My goodness, that was not funny. But what I'm about to show you is funny as hell, though. It's freaking awesome. Okay, I have been about to pee my pants, holding back this awesome clip to show you. It's so good. It's so good. Of course, I've been still, even though I've been busy making videos for a few days and I haven't streamed that much with Thanksgiving and all that, I've still been collecting some clips of some ding-dongery from the Flat Earth community to make fun of with you. And let's go ahead and get that done because it's funny. It's really funny. Give me some PayPal Patreon first. I want some PayPal Patreon before we get started. Well, God Emperor Oakley and his team of Uber Ding-Dongs are YouTubers that are anti-science and think that they're smarter than Albert Einstein. And they made a new intro for their Lord and Savior, Nathan Oakley. Take a look at this intro. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe that they did this when I saw it. But anyway, take a look at this intro because it's too good. Oh my God, they are so unaware. They are not self-aware at all. Did you see what I just played for you? After he sees this clip of me making fun of him for this, he's not going to use this intro anymore. Okay, imagine I'm a YouTuber, and I think I know more than Albert Einstein. Imagine that I spit my crazy anti-science rhetoric telling people I know more about the second law of thermodynamics and entropy than even the smartest science professor. And I do this daily on my channel. And then imagine when you go to my channel and you're looking at my intro, you see this. It says, pseudoscience detected. Bullshit confirmed. NathanOakley.com. Oh, I've been waiting days to laugh at this with you guys. Okay, Nathan Oakley, how are you this dumb? You realize that you're telling the entire YouTube community that you are about to spit a load of pseudoscience, and then you're going to spit bullshit confirmed. And of course, they do just that after the intro stops.
Nathan, I've got an update from Danny Faulkner on why he thinks that I'm wrong with the gas pressure point. Do you want a screen share?
Yeah, sure.
So I've shown him the video.
Now, I'm not going to break this down. I don't have the patience tonight to deal with this. By the way, if you guys like my show, consider donating on PayPal or Streamlabs. I will put the link right here into the thing. All I got to do, !tip, www.paypal.me/UNIRock, streamlabs.com/UNIRock Live. I haven't said that all night. I am just shooting myself in the foot over here. I'm not even trying, am I? They then go on to say that some Danny Faulkner dude is telling them how stupid they are for saying that there's a dome and all this. And it's like, dude, if there was a dome, you could figure it out. And anyway, who cares what they talked about? I'm done caring about what their pseudoscience topics are. And the reason is because their pseudoscience is obviously wrong. See, they are YouTubers who have made a living duping a small group of people who donate into thinking that they actually went to research science. These guys are straight up bigger scientists than Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein and all of those guys. I don't know. And they are trying to tell people we went and researched their stuff and found out that they've been lying about everything, and we know the real science, and we're going to prove it because the Earth is flat, and we know it. Of course, though, every topic that they go into is so obviously dumb. They were just good at it. They were really good at, like, picking things that were so complicated to complain about that most people didn't want to go and, like, spend hours reading, researching, and relearning things they learned in high school about science so that they could give the debunk to what they were talking about. They did complex things in such a diluted way, it made it easy for them to con their audience. Although, in the last couple months, they have faced such a pushback from YouTubers like me, Red's Rhetoric, Team Skeptic, Cyman Dan, Conspiracy Cats, the others out there. We have pushed back, Professor Dave explains, so hard against their pseudoscience bullshit, showing people how easy it is to debunk them. Now they are running out of overly diluted, overly complex topics. Now they're having to go down to basics things. Now that's biting them in the ass. The more basic stuff that they claim is fake, it's easier for people to understand, and they know how they can kind of like work it in their mind and be able to call them out. And that's what's happened. So I don't care about what topic they're trying to claim is fake. I don't care if they say that rivers running on the earth show that the earth is flat, and I don't care if they want to tell me that the sun setting isn't something that happens on a globe, which is crazy as hell. I don't care about any of that because it's so easy to debunk it. I care that they are so mentally deluded that they don't even realize that this intro literally is telling a viewer that you're about to witness the worst kind of pseudoscience. And then when Quantum Eraser starts talking, you're about to see the worst kind of bullshit. And it's right here on Nathan Oakley's channel. It's wonderlicious, y'all. Now, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I'm a little crazy myself. I have a uni-spiracy theory about this. A uni-conspiracy theory. One of my own. Because I think that Nathan Oakley, we've already proven that he's a glober with his secret text messages, right? Globe, don't talk about that. That proves the globe. That proves that it is a globe. We already know he's conning these fools, right? I think Nathan Oakley did this intro to make fun of his audience. I think that he thinks just like we think that his audience is so dumb to believe him. And in Oakley's head, if they're dumb enough to send him money for lying about science, then they deserve it. I think that's how Oakley looks at it, and I think this is some evidence of that. I mean, how crazy do you have to be to have your own intro call you out for pseudoscience when you know you're spitting pseudoscience? Anyway, though, one other thing Nathan Oakley does, and I've always said this, he puts images on the screen that prove a globe Earth, like sunsets. He puts the curve of the Earth. He puts things disappearing from the bottom up on his screen. That's the same thing as putting this in the front of his videos. So I think it's more evidence that he is trolling his audience and ripping them off for their money because he knows how dumb they are. I do think he thinks his audience is stupid. At least we agree on something, right? Right, Nathan? At least we agree on something, big guy. But one thing I think I'll do is whenever I talk about these anti-science ding-dongs out there, one thing I think I'm going to do is to start countering it just so we can maintain our sanity. The people at this show that watch this show, we want to maintain our sanity here. And one thing I'm going to start doing so we can maintain our sanity, after looking at their pseudoscience ding-dongery, we're going to look at something cool that will make us smarter, that is at least not boring. So let's take a look at this. It may bore you, but I'm sorry if it does. I think this is cool. there is now an operational radio telescope on the far side of the damn moon, y'all. Chang 4 mission, fourth installment in Chinese lunar exploration program, made significant achievements. It launched in December of 18, and in January of 19, its lander and the U-2 rover became the first robotic explorers to achieve a soft landing on the far side of the moon, and at the same time became the first mission to grow plants on the moon, even though it had mixed results. And in its latest development, and this is all I'm going to... Hey, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Last thing I'll say so we can move on, because I don't like giving a lot of time to, boring kind of sciencey topics. I like laughing here, but I still don't want you to get too dumb. I'm losing brain cells having to watch this stuff. Damn, everyone else must be too. We have to regrow some brain cells by learning a new fact. In the latest development, the Netherlands-China Low-Frequency Explorer commenced operations after a year of orbiting the moon. The instrument was mounted on the something communication satellite and it consists of a 3-5 meter long monopole antenna sensitive to radio frequencies. And with the instrument, Chang E4 has now entered into the next phase of its mission. So hopefully it goes well. Let's cross our fingers because with that telescope, that radio telescope on the far side of the moon, it's actually a really giant leap for certain sciences, so it's a good thing it's there. Of course, these ding-dongs will tell you that science is wrong, there's no such thing as satellites, and that crap doesn't exist. Well, speaking of people that deny satellites and, modern day debate, and think that certain things like this doesn't exist, Team Skeptic, I was on Team Skeptic's show last night for his after show from this debate. This is one of the greatest things I've seen on YouTube in a really long time. And so now I do have to admit, I'm not just doing this. I'm not just going to shout out this channel just to be nice. Somebody went and donated while they were doing this, and they said, UNIRock, 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 UNIRock. And they paid James a donation, and he read it out loud. James is the guy that runs Modern Day Debate. I love this channel. I do. James is a great moderator. He's cool as hell. Please go subscribe to the Modern Day Debate. You will learn something, but you'll also be entertained because people like Team Skeptic like to debate ding-dongs like a dude named Wotan, where one of the most dumpster fires that could ever happen happened in this stream yesterday. The flat earther literally sat there and went ding, 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 ding every time Team Skeptic tried to talk, and we all just laughed our asses off. It was funny.
In real time, did I? I just showed this and said, this is what the Casimir effect does, and this is how, so that when I'm telling you, you can look on the screen and kind of get an idea about what I'm saying without me having to be there with two fucking sticks.
I know, without having to actually provide a
so
scientific experiment.
Now, are you?
You just show an image with two balls and a bowl of spaghetti.
Are you telling me that the Casimir effect?
He just said. So, I can barely say this out loud. Team Skeptic showed this guy the Casimir effect that talks about black holes, and I think it has something to do with quantum entanglement and this really advanced thing. Anyway, though, it doesn't look like a bowl of spaghetti. I mean, he could have argued that it was like somebody's bad hair day or something, but the flat earther started screaming how Team Skeptic was lying, and all Team was doing was presenting one-day-old spaghetti to him. I'm not joking.
Is false. Are you just saying that?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying this doesn't really quantify as a scientific experiment to me. Sorry.
This right here shows pressure in a vacuum. Are you telling me it doesn't?
It's literally a bowl. A picture of a bowl of spaghetti.
Oh my god.
It's a bowl of spaghetti, literally.
This is your actual burden of proof.
Listen,
you are giving me the victory. You are handing me the victory.
Not the picture on screen.
You are handing me the victory.
Wotan,
this is your proof of pressure.
Wotan,
this is your pressure. This is your evidence of pressure.
I've never seen something so dumb in my life. I love it.
Team Skeptic wasn't done. I'm so sorry to laugh. Please.
James couldn't. James usually holds it together. He usually holds it. He couldn't even hold it together, y'all.
Forgive me. It's just that.
This is absurd. This is really absurd.
I'm only laughing.
First, he shows me a fake image in ISS with water tension that has nothing to do with gravity.
Let's
and then
see.
he says
One
the experiment
second.
for the
One
air
second. One
pressure is
second.
impossible.
All right.
And now he shows me a fucking bowl of
second.
spaghetti with 2 balls.
Now he shows me a ball of spaghetti. Oh my God. It's one of the best videos on YouTube. It really is. I mean, I'm going to have to do a whole video breaking this damn debate down. And Team did such a good freaking job, dude. I don't know how Team did it. I would have freaking just broken my headphones way before this point of the debate if I was Team, because he went through some hell, dude. Anyway, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But it goes to show you something. You don't want to be this dumb. You do not want to be this dumb, guys. Yes, sometimes science is really hard. Math is kind of hard and all that shit. And now that we're adults, we're not in school and no one's forcing us to sit around and learn things. No one's forcing us to take tests and make sure that we know this or that or this. You get what I'm saying there? So I do hope that you guys please go watch this video. It may not it may not, it might be hard to get through. It may be hard to deal with listening to the stupidity that comes out of Wotan's mouth, but it will at least inspire you. Maybe once a week, twice a week, it'll inspire you to watch a video where you learn something, and it will show you what it's like when an adult doesn't ever educate themselves. And you don't want to be this guy where everyone that watches this video just, face palms and goes and tells their kids that they better not grow up to be something like this, right? You don't want to be that bad example, do you? No. You've got to at least learn something once or twice a week, okay? Because you'll be this dude if you don't. You'll be Wotan.
Armed fucking god, fucking Vishnu.
I know some people just out there just fucking believe that there's a creator, a dome, and an earth.
Okay. I just believe that there's a creator because I think that's the simplest way to put it.
Anyway, so other awesome things that happened during this crazy freaking debate. Wotan said that Team Skeptic wasn't a skeptic because he didn't believe in the flat earth. But when he was asked for any evidence of the flat earth, Team debunked it. And then when he asked for evidence of gravity, Team gave it to him. And Wotan flipped out every single time. The cognitive dissonance that Wotan felt was peak level cognitive dissonance. So what did Wotan ask for? He asked Team to give him evidence that water can stick to something other than the earth. And that's all he asked for. So Team was like, okay, gotcha. And literally showed it to him. Now, Wotan, of course, doesn't believe that the International Space Station is real because he's an idiot. So he just denied it altogether. But his reaction was the most epic thing about it.
Yeah. I am. We have Hold
on. This is great.
Hold on.
This is fantastic.
Wotan.
This is fantastic.
I just have to fit it
the fake ISS
a little better.
This is fantastic. This is such a victory for Flat Earth, man. Let me tell you. This is beautiful.
So Team shows him water not being affected by gravity. It's a really long clip, so it couldn't be done on an airplane like he tries to claim the ISS is. He obviously could look through a telescope and see the ISS up in the sky. He can. Everybody says that there's no evidence of them building the ISS. Yes, there is. There are literal videos of them taking modules up there and attaching the modules to the ISS. That's how they built the damn thing. But anyway, though, he starts laughing and saying it's some kind of victory to the flat earth because Team debunked what he said. It doesn't make sense until you realize that guy I showed you, Nathan Oakley, and others like him, they know that the ISS completely debunks their bullshit flat earth. So they have to tell people that the ISS is fake. And now you get to see what happens to a ding-dong who is also a sheep that will just believe anything because someone says it to him because he wants to believe it. And you get to see him take Nathan Oakley and Jaronism and Globebusters on their word. And he 100%, if it's in the ISS, he's not going to believe it. He couldn't debunk the ISS, but he doesn't believe it's real.
Wait.
Let me get this
Can't do
straight.
it on
Before,
Earth, can
hold
you?
on, hold
Oh,
on.
this is fantastic.
Of course you can't do it on Earth, you idiot.
Of
We have
course, because
gravity
you can't-
here.
because, you know,
We have
you're
gravity here, right?
anti-science.
Right.
You're
Again, you want to
anti-science,
straw
that's why.
man. You're
You have an
going to straw
anti-scientific
man the.
belief, that's why.
So anyway, the last thing I'll say about the debate, and don't worry, I'm going to make a nice video about this because it's just too good of a debate. It was just too awesome. It's so freaking funny. Pulling the parts of this out, it's just pure comedy. The other thing that the guy tries to say is that gravity isn't real, and that team, just watch. Just watch, and I'll go through it as he does it.
You're going to straw
Play
man.
it, Busy.
Anti-science.
Wait. All right. Well, let's let him present his
All right,
case, though,
so-
Wotan.
Yeah. So here you go. So this right here is in space. And watch.
Yeah,
They put
sure.
a camera on the inside of it. Water adheres to it, just like they ask. But of course, you've already heard him, James. You've already heard him. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that because it's in fucking space. What the fuck is this going on? It's
sorry.
in space.
Sorry, you haven't proved the first experiment, so therefore this is totally fake. I mean, obviously.
Well, it's not obviously fake. You see, a skeptic wouldn't believe this is fake until he proved it. If you were a skeptic, you would seek to actually confirm. Anyway, so he's trying to say that you have to be able to prove that something could stick to a ball in order to prove that the Earth is a ball with water stuck to it, and Team obviously gave him that. So what's his issue? Why is he saying it's fake, and why doesn't he believe it? He says you have to prove that water would stick to a ball on the Earth. Now, any person who isn't completely brain dead knows that you can't do that. Why? Because when you are on a planet that has this huge gravitational pull, any ball that doesn't, anything that you have on the Earth isn't going to have enough of a gravitational pull to have anything stick to it. Why, Wotan? Because the Earth will have the most gravity, the most pull, and anything put on anything else is going to be pulled down toward the center of the Earth. So what's the issue? Wotan doesn't understand gravity. Why doesn't he? I mean, it's not hard to understand gravity and to learn science. We learn this kind of thing in elementary school. It's reinforced in middle school. We do tests in high school and actually show ourselves why it couldn't be flat, why gravity is real, how it works, equations, predictions, experiments, things we can do. So why doesn't Wotan think that this proves and meets the criteria for his question or for his evidence or whatever he said it was? Because he didn't pay attention in school. I'm beginning to figure this out about people in the anti-science community. Anti-science, of course, the whole chemtrail thing, the whole Flatty thing, all those guys that try to use science and the denial of it in order to prove their stupid conspiracy. I'm starting to understand that these guys are just uneducated. That when they were in school, when you were in class, that there was always a bunch of people, like let's say 3, 4, 5, I don't know, in every class, who didn't pay attention, that failed tests, who was always drawing or whatever, sleeping, or they were always absent, or they were always skipping, right? Obviously, Wotan was one of those people. He doesn't even understand the model. And it's weird. Isn't it weird that somebody that didn't pay attention in school, who doesn't know the globe model, that doesn't care to actually look it up and test it and think about it and talk about it, isn't it weird that he decided to go debate somebody like Team Skeptic, who has studied the model, who is constantly studying the Earth and the model and learning? Isn't that strange? Like, only on the internet. Only on the internet. You have access to the whole world. You've got access to everybody out there. And you'll always be able to find a Dunning-Kruger ding-dong who thinks he knows more than other people, even though he knows nothing about what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? 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 Let's see what else we got here. Guys, it's been a really nice live show. Really nice long live show. We went over. I ended up talking to Steve for way too long, and that's fine because we got some good stuff out. Let me go ahead and submit this for manual review because it shouldn't be demonetized. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this up on the channel. Why not? I was going to unlist this when it was done, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this stream up on the channel. It was a good stream. I think it was a good stream. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if Onision messes with it or not. I don't think he will. Onision we talked about him in the beginning. I don't think he can strike me. I used my ultimate Onision anti-strike defense. Now, I did promise you guys that I had a new video that I was going to release after this stream. And it is 2 a.m. on the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. So what I'm going to do, I'm right now going to schedule this video to go live, let's say, in an hour or two. Okay? Make sure I got the right video here. Yep, got it. Let me go ahead and schedule this really quick. So, while I'm scheduling this, if you like my show, I have a Patreon. It's UNIRock on Patreon. If you make sure I can schedule this, I can. Okay, great. Is it the 3rd today? I have a Patreon, and if you do like my work, the one way that you could really help out is either donating on PayPal or Patreon, and also liking the videos as you watch them, coming to the live streams, watching the videos that I upload. You can even share them or make sure you leave comments. Whatever you can do, you do not have to donate. Of course, watching is more than enough. But I appreciate all of you who have helped out, and I missed you guys. I haven't streamed in a few days and definitely missed you guys. So the last thing I need to tell you, I'm going to schedule this to launch. Let's go ahead and do it for 5 a.m. because it's just a good rounded number. Okay, so it's 2 right now on the 2nd, and we're going to do 5 a.m. And we have it locked. It is locked, stocked, and ready to rock, baby. All right. All right. Okay. We got a video launching in just a couple hours right here on UNIRocktv. Make sure you catch it. I am uploading like I used to. I'm editing like I used to. So if you've got any topics that you want me to consider, hit me with them. UNIRocktv@gmail.com. The types of videos I'm doing right now, YouTube commentary, the same thing I've always done. Everything I used to do, so the Flatties stuff, the anti-science stuff, the ding-dongs, the sovereign citizens, any funny shit that's going on with that stuff, adding in a focus on YouTube commentary and my new thing, versus mode, I really liked it. Yes, it was a very hard video to make, and it took a long time. It was a long edit, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I got such a good feedback from that video, the Steve McCray versus Without a Crystal Ball video. I got such a good feedback from it that I want to do more videos like that. So if you've got 2 public figures / 2 YouTubers or 2 personalities that are out in the blogosphere, the tweetosphere, the YouTube sphere, whatever it may be, podcast sphere, and they've gone at each other. An example could be like Maddox versus the Dick Masterson or whatever it may be, and you want me to do like a full breakdown, full analysis, full like evidence and debunking all put together in the same format and fashion that I did with versus mode for these guys, give it to me. Either submit it in Discord, on Twitter, or the best way is at my email, UNIRocktv@gmail.com. Also, I just remembered something, y'all. I just realized something, y'all. There was a ding-dong who challenged me to a ding-dongy debate. Anybody seen that ding-dong anywhere? Anybody seen Dread? Because Dread called me out. Remember that? I played you a video where Dread called me out. Well, Dread, come jump into my live chat sometime, my dude, tomorrow or the next day. And come email me, join my Discord server, whatever you got to do, because you will lose the debate, Dread. And I'm going to call you out for avoiding me and not coming to debate me after you said you would. Are you scared, Dread? Are you worried? Did you hear me go spit out some science stuff in the last week or so, and did it scare you? Well, you should come and debate the UNIRock then, because I'm ready to destroy a Flatty. D-Nice members, do you member D-Nice? I member D members. Anyway, Dustin Nemos versus Pamphlet. Whoa! They're fighting? I know that I'm going over to Mixer and D-Live right now, and I want to find out what the hell is going on with those ding-dongs. DNAJ Lion and them. A lot of you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, is it a dumpster fire? Come hang with me, y'all. The after show. Come to the after show. The after show is at dlive.tv/UNIRocktv and www.mixer.com/UNIRock. Here is the after show links. D-Live has been acting up. It's been disconnecting me. So if you want to watch and it gets disconnected on D-Live, just jump over to Mixer. You don't even have to have an account to watch on Mixer. You do have to have an account to chat. Consider donating on PayPal. It helps me out. Make sure you hit the like button. Leave me comments if you're watching the replay. I love streaming with you. I love making the videos, and I love being here every night, but I can't do it without you. So thanks, you guys. I will be back. I'm heading over to Mixer and D-Live right now. Okay? We got it, Busy? Is that everything? Oh, it is? I don't know where Team Skeptic is. I don't know. You ask him, Busy. You ask him. Could be the norm. No, it's time. This time.